Hello and welcome to the Free Cheese episode 238. I'm your Joe Dix, joined by Matt Zellner.
Hello.
Ben Barris.
What's up?
Marc Augustiniak.
Hello.
The Free Cheese, the weekly video game podcast about video games, brought to you once a week by thefreecheese.com and your local hammer.
I was going to say, also brought to you by your neighbor.
You know a hammer? You know what a hammer is, boy? God damn it. Is this a goddamn? Is this a goddamn? Goddamn. Yeah, so listeners, forgive us this week. We decided to record a little bit earlier than usual, and it just so happened that the fuckbag who's flipping the house next door, that's been a literal nightmare for the last 90 days, hasn't been around for like a month, and decided today, middle of us recording, I'm going to come by and beat the shit out of the house.
You sure it's not Agent 47 over there?
I'm not sure. Now you actually made me happy that he's there,
Could
but
be.
also never mind because it's not real, and now I'm mad again. I don't know.
You know, we thought Santa wasn't real either, and look what
Here we
happened.
are.
That's true. It's very true. How y'all doing? Ben, welcome back.
Yeah, I haven't been here in like 3 years.
I know.
Yeah.
House is good?
Yeah, house is good. Nothing really new to report on the house. Since I had been here last time, I went to Winter Brawl.
Yeah? Good
Yeah.
time?
It was an amazing time.
What did it smell like?
It wasn't as smelly as MagFest. We think it's because Smash Bros wasn't there, and that usually brings the best of the best. You know what I mean?
Brings all
There was definitely some smellies.
Yeah.
100%. Definitely some like sub shops. You know what I mean?
Sub shops.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Like I mean, we kind of just treated it like MagFest in a way, like a little MagFest retreat, and I didn't win a single fucking round
God
of
damn.
any of the fucking games I played. It was bad. Yeah.
Where was it? Was it at the same place as MagFest?
No, this was somewhere a little bit before Philadelphia, some airport. Clarion. I don't even think it was I don't even fucking know. It was small and it was very hot.
Yeah.
They decided to just jack the heat up, and I think that's part of the reason why I just didn't do good because, like I said, I just treated it like MagFest. So we woke up, started doing shots. You know.
Yes.
And like, you know, just to get the tension down from when you're playing fighting games.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, that's always good.
And apparently this was like the worst managed Winter Brawl of all time. Like I
Yeah.
was reading about it.
And you said that, like, you went to one tournament and there was just no one was there.
Yeah, the Marvel one. Well, I found out it's because it got delayed and there was no official statement.
Oh,
And
good.
the only reason why I found out was someone was bitching about it on the Facebook group. We were like, wish I would have known it got delayed by 2 hours. I'm like, oh, well, that's why no one was there. It's because it was a fucking delay. But that shit like that would happen. Like,
Yeah.
we would show up to the first one we did was Tekken, and then it said it started at 12, so it actually started at 2.
Ah,
So it was just a
good.
bunch of people waiting there, and we think it's because the people managing it, like, they will call out a person's name, and the person wasn't there. So instead of disqualifying them, they just sat there and
they
called their name
waited.
for like 10 minutes. I'm like,
Oh, my God, no.
he's not here, dude.
Yeah.
Bueller.
Yeah, exactly. It was like that.
Bueller.
So there was a moment when I was waiting to play Street Fighter, and like I said, this was after, it's like 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but this was after a morning of drinking.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not like 8, 10 beers. This is like maybe 3, 4, you know, just to get
Feeling
Enough
good.
to, yeah.
good. But y'all ever day drink and you get to that point when there's no fluid in your body,
All
and you
the
just
time.
get that like,
E3
No.
2012.
MagFest.
yeah, but a good way to put it is like MagFest,
Mhm.
and the heat is on max. And then there's that dipshit in front of you screaming for that loser's name's not showing up, and you just get that like migraine,
yeah.
and
Just
you're
done.
like, I don't want to be here anymore. I just want to leave.
Like you want the fighting games, take it out of the game.
Yeah, like
Bring
I'm
the-
actually
bring
gonna
the fight
start
to
throwing
reality.
fists.
Let's do this.
So then when I was finally matched up with this dude, he took forever. Like I guess he thought he was just too cool to get up and set his gear up. So we finally sit down and he's like, "Hey yo, homie," calling his homeboy over, and this dude was a good 3 feet tall.
Nice.
And so we're playing, and his homie's just like, yeah. I'm like,
yeah,
all of
dude's
that,
got a
all of that.
got a hype man. Yeah.
Oh no, it was a hype man.
Fucking Kid
And
Rock's
he was
little buddy.
definitely smelly,
All right.
and definitely the what is it, the Turtle Beach.
Yeah, all right.
Just, why do people do that?
Wear them in public?
Yeah.
Don't know.
They don't even have them on their head. They're just around their
Don't,
head.
So he's
I
like,
don't know.
so he's less of a homie and more of a know-me.
Yeah. That's good. So like after the first round, like I don't even want to play anymore. I've had it with you people. I
Oh,
want to go back to
man.
my hotel room.
Matt is mouth agape.
Dude,
speechless.
I'm all in on this Turtle Beach headset trend.
Yeah.
Mine's wired though. I gotta cut the wire off.
Yeah, of course.
But like, why do you wear them in public? You're not.
Because they're cool.
Is it a
Yeah.
fashion? Is it just legit a fashion?
They
statement?
already smell Ben. They don't give a shit.
I just don't get the point of it.
Look, in case this shirt that says, yeah, I'm a gamer, doesn't say it enough, you just wrap your Turtle Beach headset around your neck.
Fuck this. I'm just gonna carry my Razer mouse everywhere I go. I
Yeah,
don't care.
there you go.
Just
Tape it to your
hold
neck.
If you do the mouse, I'll bring the keyboard. I just carry around a keyboard. I drape it around my neck like a necklace.
Yeah, that's the way
Like
to do it.
who's the fucker that wears the clock? What the hell's his name? The rapper.
Flavor Flav.
Flavor Flav. It's gonna be a fucking keyboard.
There you go.
So that's what it's just a Flavor Flav approach to.
Yeah,
Okay,
Why not?
I take all my fashion advice
Hey,
from
we're
people
talking
in the
about him
80s.
though right now, aren't we?
makes sense. Makes too much sense.
Don't give him. God damn it.
But I mean, yeah, it was a good time. Played fighting games, drank, partied.
Nice.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna. Me and Aka were talking. We're definitely gonna do Summer Jam. But
Yeah.
they have one for like each season.
Well, since this one went so well, I can see why you're eager to go back.
Yeah. Well, I read online the guy was even like, "Yo, this was the worst one we've ever managed." Apparently, like, they were all volunteers, and like over a dozen of them just did not show up last
Wow.
minute. So it was a lot of people like working 2 different games at once, kind of thing. So it's understandable, but I mean, I don't know. Yeah. So we're just, I don't know. Hopefully, Summer Jam, and I think it's beginning of August. So hopefully that'll go much better.
Nice.
Mhm.
It's good to have you back.
Yeah, it's good to be back. Sorry I wasn't here for the past. I think it's legit 3 episodes.
Might
I
be.
did too.
Maybe. I don't
I
know.
don't
It
know.
just feels that way.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I got a text the other day before Katie took off. Remember I told you she was out of town and I was eating lasagna.
Mm.
So this was her final departure from her layover to come home. I get a text that says, there's a fat guy on the plane who made a joke about the flotation devices. Then he says, sorry guys, that's morbid. And another guy who she described as a cowboy witch just mutters, I've seen death. This ain't it. And she said, I'll see you in 3 hours. And then put her phone in airplane mode. So that kind of sums up my week.
So the flotation device made a joke about flotation devices?
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus Christ.
All right.
Yeah. She was like, well, we're safe. We're protected by witchcraft. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
you know.
Yeah, where was his layover at? What airport were we departing from?
ah, shit. I don't remember at this point. Might have been Dallas.
Things make a little bit more sense all of a sudden.
I don't remember, though.
Fat guy, cowboy witch.
Yeah, hey. Yeah, I don't know.
That's a good line.
Yeah,
a good
I've
line.
seen death. This ain't
Yeah.
it.
I've
That's
seen
good.
death. Just
Mm.
saying.
Might have to start using that one.
I'm sorry. I've seen my death. That's what it was.
Oh, that's even
Oh.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes.
I misread that quote. I made sure to write it or to copy
Oh,
and
no.
paste her text.
Now I know where the witch
No.
part comes in.
Yeah, I've
here-
seen
There's
my
definitely more
death.
where this came. Like,
Yeah.
expect this in the future.
Yeah, that guy needs to come around. You know, like you see a guy like that.
We're gonna be saying
you
this
give a
one
kid a
day.
bird. What is it? Kid finds a dead bird, you give him $5. You know, that's the kind of guy I want to be.
Life goes on, you know?
Girl. Oh man, Matt, Mark.
Which one?
Mark.
The week is a week.
Yeah, nothing as adventurous as the badly managed winter brawl with the smellies and the Turtle Beach headset, and nothing like a witch doctor. Sorry, cowboy
Cowboy
witch.
witch. Yeah.
Nothing like that.
No, not really. It's been pretty tame.
Good. You all
That's how it
play
should
any
be.
video games?
What's that?
Played one here and there.
One here or there. What'd you get into this week, Matthew?
I got back into Splatoon.
Yeah, you did, boy.
Splatoon 2.
Yes. We started playing a bunch at post podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And then we dove into a little bit of ranked. You did your first not ranked, league. And now we finally understand league.
Yes.
It's different than we previously
Anticipated, but I
yeah.
think that's just because of how other games approach it. And I don't think I mind this one.
No. This one we learned the way they do league battles in this is it's you know how the stages rotate every 2 hours, right?
Yeah.
Everything changes, multiplayer maps and the modes change as well. Well, you only have that 2 hour window to rank up your league. So Matt and I primarily just played in pairs for league battle. You have that 2 hours. You've got 7 placement matches that gives you your base rank, and then you build from there. So depending on how well you do, you get a base score, and then you build from there over that 2 hour period. At the end of that 2 hour period, move on to the next thing. Reset and done. Even if like the 1 to 3 hour is Clan Blitz, the 3 to 5 is Rainmaker, and the 5 to 7 is back to Clan Blitz, it's still a brand new ranking for that. Doesn't seem like you just get a medal. Like there's no.
I'll say like, what's the end game for all this? Like,
I don't know, like,
just bragging rights.
because there's that second currency, right? That helps with the scrubbing.
Right.
I wonder if you can get something from there. I mean, we have never reached at least a bronze yet.
Right, no.
We've been on because it gives you the pyramid after the session, or after a few minutes after the session, after it calculates everything. And it gives you like a pyramid. Now, it doesn't give you like a place or how far like the benchmarks were or whatever like that, but like it gives you an idea of how close you were to bronze. And we were close to one time, I think, or closer.
Yeah, we were real close to bronze.
Usually we're in the middle of the unranked section, but one of the times we were up there, and so we haven't gotten there yet. We haven't gotten to the promised land. However, I wonder if that's something at the end there, or if it's
I
just
looked it up, and
bragging
I
rights.
don't think it is, but I'm gonna do a little bit of research real quick. But I don't know. Yeah, we've come a little ways this week. I think I feel a lot better. Like I feel like I've learned a lot more about the game.
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, fuck that roller.
Dude,
I'm
yeah,
done with
That
that
thing's
roller.
brutal.
I'm done with that roller.
Cause like roller, it was.
I like the roller.
But there's one. It has a farther range than a fucking zapper or blaster.
And they just spam like it's like literally they pull the trigger twice and you're dead.
But imagine that on your team.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. On the team, it'd be great.
I'm tired of facing it.
Yeah, I mean, when I was watching you guys playing and seeing like somebody with like just a paintbrush, that annoyed me, and I was just spectating, because they just
There's
spam it, and
giant
it's like
paintbrush.
I pretty much I made a comparison to like the sword in Halo,
Oh yeah,
how just overpowered that is.
because it has
Just
that little dash too, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, thankfully nothing in Splatoon has that.
Yeah.
That, but like just as soon as that paintbrush happens, they just like it almost looks like it takes no, obviously it doesn't take much skill to swing a paintbrush, but the way they just spam it, it's just like it's like fuck off, dude. Like one hit is probably maybe 3 is enough. You don't need 50.
No, they go crazy. That and the
Even after you're dead, it's just still.
people with the dualies just always like zipping around the fucking stage, just like in the ink.
That
out of
doesn't
the
use a
ink.
meter or anything. That's not like
No.
a stamina thing.
No. Your roll is because that replaces your jump. Well, but in order to do that roll, you do need to be actively firing. So in turn, you are kind of wasting ink.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't see anything specifically about what those. I think those medals might just be for bragging rights.
All right,
I think.
that's fine.
New stage this week and a new weapon. New weapon was another pair of dualies, which I tried them out.
Tetra Dark or something.
Yeah,
like that?
they're dope for dualies. I'm just not a dualie man.
Yeah,
They don't have the
neither am
long range. I need a little bit more range.
I like that
Yeah.
NZAP, man. I can't get away from that thing.
I loved the NZAP until I grinded for the black. Did I talk about that? That was this week that I did that, right?
Yeah, you got it this week.
Are you kidding me? Dude, I've nearly. That's bad.
Yeah, because we were talking about it after the podcast last week.
Oh, shit. So,
And I said, man, I want that P90 really bad.
all right. So, in single player mode, the whole thing with single player is it throws you random weapons each area. And it wants you to just get the good feel for it. It's basically a big tutorial that leads you into the multiplayer,
Yeah,
right?
it's like a perk for it. It's like if you use it enough, Sheldon will give it to you and like sell it to you at the store or whatever.
Right. Not only use it enough, you need to play through every level with that weapon. So, I went back through every level in single player and played through with the Hero Blaster
What?
so that I could buy it from Sheldon.
How many worlds are there in single player?
5?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
5, and
okay.
each of them have...
It feels like about, I don't know, the first one had 3, and then the second one you start off with 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So I think it just keeps changing
I
as it
wouldn't know.
goes.
I think I jumped in single player, said hi to whatever one is there, and said bye.
Because I did single player just a little bit this past weekend, like late in the night, and I finished the first world, and it was only like 3 levels. I think that's including the boss. No, the boss was. They're not numbered. Bosses aren't numbered.
They might be.
I don't know. It was either 3 or 4. It was a pretty low number. Because I remember seeing, because I went in the second world, and instead of starting a level, I just went around looking for them all first. So once you find them, you had to shoot them to like have the icon pop up to tell you what number it is.
Oh.
So
Now, there are 5 worlds. Each of them have 6 stages, roughly, plus a boss.
So the first one is 6?
First one is the only one that has 1, 2, 3, and a boss.
Okay. So
And
the
then
bosses
it's-
aren't numbered.
Well, it says boss 1, boss 2.
No, but I mean, like,
oh yeah, that
But
right.
it wouldn't
right.
be like stage 4 or whatever.
No. So yeah, it's 27 stages total with 5 bosses, including the final boss.
Okay. Yeah, the first boss was wacky.
Yeah,
But the writing, I wish I was screen capturing it every time Marie was saying something.
dude, there's so many good. The writing in this game, the writing in both the single player stuff and even like I know it's like when you're jumping in the game, you just want to spam through what Pearl and Marina are saying. But that one I sent you guys the other night, where
I went through and took a screen capture of it just to keep it.
like what did Marina? I forget what it was, but Marina said something like
She was like, because they were talking about the Splatfest between a chicken and egg,
right,
and it was like, none of this like decisions don't really matter because we're all just in a simulation.
yeah,
something
basically
like
just saying life is a
Damn.
lie. Fuck everything. We're all dead.
Or she's just self-aware that she's in a game.
Yo, that's deep.
I know. But yeah, so I went through every level in single player with the hero shot, and then got the hero shot replica.
Is that just like the basic?
That's the one you start with, but as you upgrade it, it gets fucking dope. In single player,
Does it look different as you upgrade it?
I think so. Yeah. Because the beginning of it in
Because it looks like just like a little yellow like blocky gun.
It's like a P90.
yeah, it ends up
It
looking
looks like a
P90.
straight up P90.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
I remember seeing that.
There's a picture of it. But I went through every level in single
yeah.
player and got it. So now I have it in multiplayer, and that's become a new main. But I didn't realize that was just this week because I've already almost surpassed the amount of ink I've splatted with the Ends app, which was my primary since launch, in less than a week. Which I guess, I don't know. I don't know if that shows you how much I played this week or how little I played it over those few months, but
So you have a time frame to like.
no, but like you
No.
can look at your stats of how much turf you've inked with each weapon you've used, and the Enzap 85, 89, the orange one.
89.
That was my primary forever.
Does that shoot different than the Hero Blast?
They're subtle, different. They're real close. But what I like about the hero shot
Hero shot.
is the special, the splashdown. I like the
Oh,
splashdown a
okay.
lot better than Tenta missiles, especially because the way I've like fallen into this game, I don't know. I feel like I'm much more like, let me get in, murder, and move on. You know what I mean? Like I'm kind of always moving. So splashdown lets me, in a pinch, really just clear out an area nearby me and then keep going.
Cool. Splashdown. Remember that PS2 game?
No.
Sounds familiar.
You were on jet skis. So it was a racing game, and you could do tricks in the air, and like it had like all that like skate music in it. Like Sum 41 was in it and stuff.
Oh.
And
No, I don't.
See, I remember the title. I never played it.
Yeah.
I remember
It
Jet
was
Moto.
It was a launch game. for
Mountain Dew.
PS2.
So when you guys play online, you guys are like talking to each other and
We-
talking
are.
out strategies, right?
Now we are.
We started to. We did Discord the other
Not
night.
not through
Oh, not in the
fucking
game?
not
No.
through
Oh.
the in-game chat.
What about when you want to join each other's match? It's just you have like a private party.
If we're doing league battle, we're fine.
every time
Yeah.
Splatoon is brought up, it's always
Yeah.
hey, that
To be
chat.
honest, for what we did the other night, we probably could have been okay going through that app. Probably.
Oh, okay.
We didn't
Probably.
try just because I don't know how reliable it would be. But in theory, we could have been okay.
I
We
mean-
just used Discord because.
At the end of the day, Discord is better anyway. So I guess it's kind of the
Yeah.
you know.
And how do you feel about it? Because I've been rambling on it for a few weeks now, but.
No, what's good to come back to is it's totally different from what I've been playing like competitively, like when it comes to like Battlefield and Rainbow Six and stuff like that. It feels a little more casual, and I like the third person aspect of it. And it makes you play differently. It's not just a straight up like shoot them in the head, move on to the next, and play the objective. Like there's a different level of strategy with inking and maneuvering that you don't see in other games at all. So yeah, it's nice to have that little change of pace that you don't get with your other first person shooters, especially the ones I play.
Yeah, it's something I would never thought of to like for a game to like. Hey, let's use ink and
Yeah.
swim through it. Use it as a mobile advantage as well as a like just cover based.
Yeah, like when you play something like Rainmaker, like or Tower Control, like it makes so much sense to swim ahead and ink the area up ahead than it is to stay with your teammate. That's just a
and that's falling back now into turf war for me. Where like I go into turf war and I'm like, all right, I know you guys are just gonna stand by the spawn and ink, so I'm gonna swim to the middle where no one is, get as much as I can, and try and draw them in, take out the it's.
That's something I would like to like watch or listen on, like how that concept was created or conceived.
Oh, I can tell you that.
Can you?
No, seriously. There's a. I mean, if you want, I can tell you now. We can wait till. I
do
don't
it,
know
nerd. Do it.
So, Jesus, there. Where did this? They came out of an Iwata Asks. So, Splatoon, when they. The mechanic is what they came up with first. Like the idea of just spraying something across whatever.
Oh, right.
And the prototype that they made it with these little white blocks that had noses that would shoot out shit. So the whole maps, they were these top-down, almost like when you hit X and look at the top-down map. That's pretty much what you were playing on, but you were using a little white square, cube, that would shoot shit out. And then they liked the core concept of it. Going head to head and trying to cover the most amount of area. And they tried to graduate it from there. And they said, well, should we use Mario for this? And they tried it with Mario characters, but Miyamoto said no, because one, it's an easy sell, right? Like anybody's going to buy anything with Mario, and he wanted to be able to establish something new. And two, he wanted to establish something new. You know what I mean? Like he didn't
Respect.
it was like, it'd be easy to use Mario, but how can we create something new in this? And a lot of their development teams are now younger, and they're bringing in newer blood. So they did that. They toyed around. They were rabbits for a while. So they were going to use, they're these really weird looking rabbits.
Is there like early art of this? I feel like
is it
in the book?
I think it might be.
Because I feel like I've seen this. This kind of sounds familiar now.
It was definitely not Iwata Asks.
Yeah.
You can see
you're saying rabbits and not rabbids, right?
Yes,
okay.
rabbits. Sorry.
Just want to clarify.
Yeah, no, yeah. And then eventually they kind of turned into the squids that we know and love now.
Are you a squid or a kid?
That's a great question that I'm still trying to answer.
I thought you were a kid that could turn into a squid.
Or are you?
Or are you?
Or are you a squid that turns into... I don't know, because you see those, like, story mode has that art, and you see, like, grown-ass men that are squids. So eventually they do grow up.
Yeah.
So
it's true.
There's the tofu blocks, as they called them.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking when you were describing it. I was like, just thinking in my head.
While you're showing off the tofu blocks, Joe, what is your favorite mode? I think mine's Clam Blitz.
Clam Blitz definitely became more better for me this week. I didn't always love Clam Blitz, but I realize now it's because I didn't truly understand
and
it.
And it's Clam
Blitz.
Because Clan Blitz is a thing too, right?
I think
in
so.
what?
It just sounds familiar.
No, but just in other games, it just sounds like a mode.
It could be.
Wargaming is what came up for that?
Clan is like usually what you call like
there's a Blitz clan.
A team.
I don't know.
Yeah, like SOCOM, it was clans.
Bushka.
Yeah, I remember
that. Yeah, I think Clan Blitz is really dope. I also really like Tower Control.
I think that's my second favorite one.
Yeah, Splat Zones is at the bottom for me. Just because if you get a bad map, Splat Zones is not fun. Where the other ones I'm starting, and again, that maybe in a week that changes because I get better at it. But yeah, I don't know. Rainmaker, I'm half and half on. Like
I think that's at the bottom. I think I like Splat Zones a little bit better than that.
I like Rainmaker when I have a good team. I mean, really, any of it. Like when you have a good team,
and you win in 10 seconds, that's nice.
I
wish they would bring Turf War to some ranked or league battle or something. Because it's a nice mix in gameplay.
Next weekend,
Yeah, or just at least just have.
That's true.
That's the game. Yeah. That's the mode that needs just better pairing up.
I don't know. Like I'm at the point now where, like the other day, I had off before I had to go pick up Katie from airport, and I just ran ranked alone by myself, and that was what I was doing. And then I would jump into turf mode when I was like, "Do these motion controls actually mean a shit?" And I turned on motion controls, and I went to turf war to try them out, like that kind of thing. When I'm like trying to figure out if this buff works better on this piece of gear versus another one, then I go to turf war for that. Or if I just don't really care about the outcome, turf war. But ranked is kind of where I'm like at, unless Matt's like, yo, you up? Then. Yeah, I don't know. The big thing to kind of close out, there is a Splatfest next weekend. Friday night till Saturday night. Chicken versus egg. Here's the important part for those who really need to do what I... Anyway, I'm going to say it. So I learned how to scrub gear this week. I finally understand what the ability chunks are, how and why to scrub them. Basically, every piece of gear has a certain number of slots. You have different buffs to your abilities. Within those buffs, you can optimize, hey, I want this piece of gear to make sure that I don't use as much ink when I'm shooting my gun. I want this piece of gear to make sure I swim faster, or whatever it might be. In order to get chunks, you can get them different ways throughout the gameplay. Like you can get them through Salmon Run or whatever. But you also get them by leveling up your gear and then scrubbing it clean to take the chunks off. In order to do that, though, it costs 20,000 coins to scrub a piece of gear.
Jeez.
In order to put if you want to use, say you wanted to do Ink Saver as one of your slots, it's not just, okay, I scrubbed Ink Saver from this, I'm going to pop it over here. No, you need to do that 10 times. It's 10 to add one slot. If you want all three to be the same thing, it stacks. So if you want your first one, it's 10 chunks. The second one costs you 20 of that one chunk. The third costs you 30 of that chunk. So in the end, if you want to do it, you need to scrub 50 times, unless you happen to get like a lucky roll and get,
So you can manually set each one to be a certain
yeah
thing. So that's why when we saw those people, they just have like 6 of whatever the same
6 ink savers,
Yeah.
and there's fucking infinite ammo.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they did that painstakingly by leveling up, scrubbing. So this week, if you go now, you get your Splatfest tee. You can scrub your Splatfest tee for 2,000 instead of 20. So you just level that Splatfest tee up all week and just keep scrubbing it every time you level it up. Get those chunks in.
But you're never gonna get that shirt again.
That's all right. I'm okay with it because I'm getting those chunks. And I can apply that to my main gear. And my main gear makes me look cool and goth. Also, you played Salmon Run. What'd you think?
It's alright. It's a cool horde mode. Not the 9. I don't know. I'm not coming to Splatoon for the Salmon Run, but it is a nice change of pace.
It's something just to fart around in.
It's easier to matchmake together, more casual play.
I kind of bogarted your Splatoon 2 segment there, but
No, I mean,
yeah.
You said everything I had to say.
Right.
It's fine. Perfectly fine.
So
it's perfectly fine.
yeah. I broke the 70-hour mark.
Nice.
Wow, now I'm not even close to that.
I think today I'm on the cusp of 75, but it only shows you in like 5-hour chunks. So
Well, also, Switch kind of messed that up.
yeah,
I think they're gonna repair that.
They are.
That statement.
I don't know if that
seems-
was going to be talked about later. But
I didn't put that in, but yeah, you're right. After my Zelda save, or not save, my Zelda playtime is first played 0 days ago or 1 day ago. Yeah.
because I realized that the other day when it was like, hey, you played like Serial Cleaner like a week ago. I'm like, no, I played it yesterday, dude. Why are you? I didn't even have this a week ago.
So I don't know. But yeah, what a goddamn game. And it keeps going. That new arena. Did you play it at all yet? The basketball hoop
No.
place? Basketball.
No.
Fucking cool. Really cool. I don't just steady updates. I don't know how. I think the game will probably run out of updates around its 1-year anniversary. At least like content updates. They're
Yeah.
going to still patch it for a year
Well,
after and
yeah.
do Splatfest and stuff like that, but no new stages, no new weapons after June, July, somewhere in there.
Or are they?
What do you mean?
I don't know, man. They're calling that one a starter edition.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. What else did you get into this week?
Other than that, I mean, I dabbled with some things here and there. More Rainbow Six, more Dota, more Mario Rabbids.
Mario Rabbids.
Yeah.
Bringing it back.
Yeah, I talked about it a couple weeks ago, I think. I just jump in for a level, a battle or two, and then I hop out, and it doesn't burn me out. And that's the way to approach that game.
Yeah.
Because after like 4 battles, I'm like, damn, this is like too much. And then you get to some fucking dumb puzzle. That's the one thing with that game, man. The puzzles between the battles.
Yeah, I don't care for that.
Like, I get it if you're that you're trying to get the optional content, like if you're making me do a puzzle to get a new weapon or some more power orbs or whatever, but like, don't make me do that shit to get to the next battle.
Just gating progression, both that shit sucks.
At this point, I'm so close to the end. I am in World 4. I just beat the mid boss there. I'm so close to just beating the main game.
Is World 4 the final? There's 4 worlds?
I believe so. That's the way like the circular map goes around. I'm not sure there's a level like after that you unlock like around Peach's castle or something like that, but the mid boss convinced me that if this isn't the final world, the next world it might be like a final boss fight.
Okay.
So
is there a Bowser Rabbid? Did we figure this out?
Not yet. I don't know. Do you care if I spoil the mid boss?
No.
The mid boss is Bowser Jr. in a mecha suit.
Oh, that's pretty dope.
That's cool.
And he's like just a much bigger version of the dudes that run around with the hammers, and if you shoot them, they come chasing after you. He's a much bigger version of that, and he's got some minions around that feed him shields and health.
That's
right.
wild.
How big is the mech compared to you?
Oh, like 8 times the size.
Okay.
Yeah,
Dope.
It's pretty big.
Okay. Wasn't sure if it was like a Dexter's Lab like mech or it's just
No. Yeah, he's
6
pretty
feet tall.
He's pretty big in there, and he incorporates some other mechanics that you are seeing at this point from some other enemies too than just the regular like hammer guy. But yeah, no, that was a clever boss fight. It was hard. The annoying part was it made you do a battle before it, so if you like made a bad move and you hit restart, the first time I did that, I had to redo that first battle again. And I was like, fuck. The first battle wasn't terribly hard, but it's still annoying that I had to plot out my moves and, kill 15 minutes getting back to the boss.
I guess after fighting him, I could see why you would think it'd be like a
yeah,
final
I mean,
boss.
like, I don't think he's gone for good as far as like the story goes, but like I'm battling the dude you've been chasing the entire game.
Because he's kind of the main.
Yeah, and now I have Spawny now, and I'm like doing escort missions with him, like you did with Toad back in the World 2.
Right.
So yeah, like I said, I'm feeling that that's not the last world. There's just like a boss fight or something at the end.
It's gonna be Rayman.
Do we need to go? How do you feel?
You got it. You're not gonna spend all day with that game. That's the way to approach it. You go in, if you're watching an episode of Roseanne and that's what you've been doing, hop in, do a battle, hop out, and jump back into Splatoon or something like that.
All right.
It's just a nice change of pace, and like the fact that it's turn based is nice. Like you can look up for like a scene or something like that and just peek back down. So yeah, nice and casual for me anyway. But no, after that, the main event of the week, fucking EarthBound, dude.
There it is.
That game is something special, and I'm realizing it. Something happened in Foreside where shit got really weird, and
what happened? Tell me on it.
Fucking, I went behind a bar. I flipped a switch, and I was in some weird ass. What's that color palette when you invert everything? Is it like inverted colors? Like on like a phone or whatever.
Yeah.
Yep, yeah. Foresight got weird looking with some inverted colors, and you were being teleported around when you talked to random dudes.
Yep.
There was fucking abstract art and fire hydrants coming at you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that game's fucking amazing. Like it took a lot to peel me away from what I was doing to come here.
No shit. Where were you at when you left?
I just got done the monkey maze outside of Foreside to get my yogurt maker.
Okay.
For Pokey.
Yep.
I'm assuming it's for Pokey. And I'm actually on the 48th floor about to get the yogurt from the lady I gave the machine to.
Got it.
So yeah.
Do you have a full party now?
Not yet. Yeah, but
and that's the thing, man. Like, there's some shit you haven't even seen yet.
I know, dude. I'm so happy I went into this like not knowing anything, because as I seen stuff, and like I'm pretty good about not using the guide until like I'm absolutely stuck or I'm leaving a town.
Yeah. I always kind of checked in with where I was, before I was leaving. Like, all right, what did they have to say about this town? What was the thing?
Because I learned after Tucson, like I forgot the relic, right, or
right.
the sound stone thing. So now that like after I did 3, I doubled back, made sure I hit the main points I needed to hit, then moved on the Foreside.
Makes sense.
Yeah. God, I love the fact that you got there, you hit traffic, you go around the desert, and it's not there anymore. I was like, fuck off. Because I was expecting something weird at like at the front of the traffic there. I thought it was gonna be some weird crash. I was gonna get some good dialogue. No, it's just fucking clear.
Yeah.
It's like, God damn it. I'm gonna be here all day. 3 minutes later, get through the desert. But yeah, got through Forest Side. That got weird. So now I can teleport. I think I'm gonna make my way back to Tucson after I deal with Mr. Monatelli or whatever his name is. Monatoli.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep plowing through. And I set a soft deadline for this date. I got to beat it before the March week. That's gonna be crazy. It comes in late March. Baseball and Far Cry 5 come out the same week.
Oh,
Far Cry 5, really?
Yeah. So I need to like clear whatever shit I want to play like out of my list before that happens. Cause
I'm actually kind of curious about that.
I'm kind of interested in Far Cry 5.
I'm excited for Far Cry. I've been itching for a Far Cry game, and then it was revealed. It was early last year. Something like that.
E3.
I think it was like
I think it was
before
right
E3.
before E3.
Okay.
All right, so right before E3, I was itching for a Far Cry, and then that was announced. And I was like, I'm waiting. I'll just wait, so that way I'm in the mood, and then I'll jump in and wreck some havoc in 5.
So I've never touched a Far Cry. Is it a first-person RPG, or is it just strictly first-person shooter?
It's first-person shooter, but it's like action adventure, kind of like there's some RPG elements to it, and it's kind of open world.
There is a skill tree, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you get some skill tree, and there's some items that go into it, but like
kind of like give it like a.
It's RPG light in my opinion.
Yeah, so like not the aesthetic, but just the mechanics. Give it like a Borderlands.
Okay. Oh, I'm game then, man. I love Borderlands.
Where it's like I don't think the guns do like different points of damage, but you do like the skills and all that stuff.
I don't mean to interrupt. Joe, why don't you yell at him when he says about a game you hate, and when I get all the yelling?
Wait, what did I do? What did I do?
He talked about Borderlands. No response. I say one word about Dota. He's like, fucking
You
Dota.
like Borderlands?
I fucking hate Borderlands.
What?
Why do you hate
Yeah,
Borderlands?
you wouldn't know though because he doesn't yell at you.
Why do you hate Borderlands?
Yeah, just calling that out, by the way.
I can see both sides to this. I can see why you wouldn't like it.
I enjoyed the first one when I played it.
Okay.
The second one came out, and I was looking forward to it, but it just didn't stop. Everywhere I looked, it was Borderlands 2. Borderlands 2. Borderlands 2.
Oh, you mean like
Borderlands 2.
outside
Borderlands
of
2.
Borderlands 2?
Borderlands 2. Yeah, it wasn't the game itself. I just got so sick of hearing about it, talking about it, and
sense.
looking at it.
Honestly, there's stuff in the game that I would find annoying because they rely on a lot of memes.
And then
They did a lot
there
of
was
memes
like,
and dick fart butt
it was
jokes.
that stuff, and then like,
But overall, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
and then part of the like, all that weird shit with Duke and before they did the Duke stuff, the aliens, colonial marines,
Just Gearbox in general.
Gearbox just left me with a weird taste in my mouth, and I was like, man, fuck you guys, fuck your dumb game, fuck your stupid. Because then it was like, oh, Handsome Jack, isn't he the cool? I don't give a fuck you and your dumb.
Yeah. In the first one, I liked Brick.
I didn't play the first one too.
Because your rage mode, you just punch things and you can add like elements.
Wait, no one's favorite character is Claptrap?
Well, I mean,
That
the play
too.
as.
That I mean, dude, it leaned way too far, and I was like, I can't. It's like, I'm gonna stop. You fucking unzip me.
I liked it.
I'm
I
just
liked
calling
the second one a lot.
attention to the fact that you don't get yelled at, but I do.
Because I spent years yelling at people about Borderlands 2. It's just you gotta let some shit go, you know? But fuck Dota 2. That's what it really comes down to. That's the name of the game.
Sorry to interrupt. What were we talking about now at this point?
We were talking about EarthBound.
Oh yeah,
No.
the enemies. Or I don't know. That's where I left off, but that's where I was going. Another enemy just coming out of the blue and attacking Ness. I think last week to talk about the tree that scared the shit out of me.
Yep.
This week I'm walking along, and freaking, every other city's had the cars kind of drive by, and they run into this kind of stop and you just move out of the way or whatever. This one kind of diverted from the lane and came right after me in the grass, and I was like, that's weird. And then all of a sudden I'm in a fucking battle sequence with a taxi.
Yes.
It's so good, dude.
I need to play it again, man. I miss it.
I picked up my 3DS the other night and I was like,
Oh, it's on 3DS?
It is.
That's dangerous.
sorry, it's on new 3DS.
Oh, yeah. Because,
Because why put
because
Super
the
Nintendo?
3DS cannot handle the power of the Super Nintendo that came out, 30 years ago?
Hey,
That
man.
look, you just like at the table for a second. Oh yeah.
It's alright, I still got my Wii U.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
No, because I was about to buy on 3DS right before I got the mini, so that kind of worked out in a weird way. But yeah, that game's fucking charm as all hell, dude. Like it's dope.
The music.
I still listen to the soundtrack, man.
Me too.
When it gets a little snow out, you put on the snow theme.
Oh
You
my
know?
god, yeah.
I used to listen to a remix of, I guess it's the first town or On Your Way There. Just like that. Do 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 do.
Mm-hmm.
And then again with the charm, like the moles in the I was talking to you about it at work. Like all the moles are the third strongest, and the 5 bosses, and each one says they're the third strongest in a different abstract way. It's like what the fuck? And everyone has the number 3 behind them in the battle sequence. It's so good. It's so well done.
I remember in high school, right before I started playing it, the guy Rob, he spoiled the ending for me, but it wasn't that it didn't happen. I was because I told him, I was like, yeah, I'm playing EarthBound. He was like, oh, the end part when I forgot what it was, but then I was like, dude, when
Wendy meets the Burger King and Sneak King.
It was so then when the ending happened, and I was just like, I thought the game wasn't over yet because I was like, that part didn't
when did that happen?
Like, so I don't know. I
At
thought
least he didn't spoil it for you.
yeah, it was like a spoiler, but not really.
That freaking
Yeah,
kid.
yeah.
Troll.
What's he up to now? I don't want to know.
I don't know.
I don't want to know.
But yeah, that's been my week. Good stuff, man.
I'm looking forward to hearing more on EarthBound.
Yeah,
'cause
EarthBound.
I know.
yeah.
I like
I think
the
you're
EarthBound
about to have an interesting week.
I'm it now is like the primary thing. It's so weird. I'm fucking sliding on the Super Nintendo again. I feel like I'm 8 again.
Yeah.
Like
That's what they wanted, man.
except that like I have to hold it in place and slide it because there's not enough weight. So
Yeah. Mark, what'd you get into this week?
Oh man. 3 things. Let's see. I had to order how I wanted to start this off. Some.
Fucking-
not that list. Okay.
Borderlands, dude. Fuck you.
Oh well, I didn't even.
I love
I
Borderlands.
thought I wrote it. Didn't write it. It's all right. I
It's
memorized
all right.
it. So, let's see. Starting with PC, I decided to buy a game called Into the Breach.
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
Oh yeah.
How you like that?
It's very interesting. I like it, but holy crap, you are pressured the entire time. Like, you cannot make any mistakes. I mean, you can, and there are consequences for it, but in a way, they're kind of telling you, like, so, because the whole story of the game is that you are this time traveler, and you're going back before humanity was destroyed to try to save them. So, every time that, like, if your character, like, dies, you can either re-roll your timeline, as they say, just start over, or just keep playing to get, like, new pilots for your stuff, because you control 3 mechs. The standard looking, like, humanoid mech, you have, like, a tank, and then you have, like, one that's just, like, a crawling, like, 4-legged cannon. But they're all considered mechs. And they each have their own pilots. But if the pilots die, they are still AI controlled. But they just work better with actual pilots, because some of them have abilities that they start out with, and, like, perks and all that.
Oh, okay.
So you have, like, a certain amount of turns you have, like, depending on what part of the land that you're going into, there's a certain mission where you have to, like, protect something or kill a certain amount of enemies. They'll give you what you have to do on the side, and you have to do it within a certain amount of turns, or else you lose that land and eventually probably get to a game over if you keep losing. But you're just fighting all these bugs, all these, like, giant ass bugs coming out of the ground, flying in, whatever. And there's a lot going on. Like, it's a tiny field, but the way they have it set up, like, I don't play many strategy games. It's not really my forte.
Yeah.
So it's like, it was a lot to take in for me to go into this, but it seems pretty simple to play and like get an idea of, but trying to think it of like chess, of like this chain reaction, trying to make flawless moves is the most challenging part for me, because I think I have it right, and then something happens like, oh shit, I didn't mean that. And you can only undo a move, or like you can undo a turn once within each map. You can undo moves, but you can't undo attacks. So if you want to move, you got to move first and then attack. Like save your attack for last, because if you attack right away, you don't move. So there's just a lot going on with that, and I'm not that far. Like I played like maybe like 4 or 5 maps, and then my dude died in a fire. I like if there's some like forest, if that gets damaged, it catches on fire, then if you're in it, then you get fire damage. And I didn't know that repairing myself would also put out that fire. I didn't know that, so I just like did something to where like I just screwed myself over and just had an AI control in the mech for a bit. But like I remember being at the screen, because you can name everybody whatever you want to name them,
XCOM style.
That was the longest part that I spent playing that game, was trying to name everything, and I was like, oh, this doesn't matter in the end.
I was gonna say, I get strong XCOM vibes when I looked up pictures of it.
I guess it's kind of like that. I haven't played much of XCOM.
Okay. Just like strategy, intense, RPG.
Yeah, but like, are we talking about like, because there's a couple XCOM games, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I'm talking about like the OG like computer XCOM.
Okay, I don't know like that like 3D one.
Oh,
people
no,
like
no,
hiding behind like cars and stuff.
No, not that one.
Okay, so yeah, maybe it is more like that then. I love the sprite work.
Yeah,
it's a really nice design to everything. It's a nice aesthetic overall. Animations are a little lacking in some areas, like when you're the mech, like his main weapon, because you unlock different types of these mechs as you go on. And of course I don't have any of them yet, but for the main mech, his main thing is just like a fist icon, and all he does is like shove enemies, and that does damage, but the movement isn't him like actually like punching, it's just his body just shifts.
Oh, okay.
While like the tank, you'll actually see like shoot a thing, or like the main cannon will actually like lob like a one shot over or whatever. Okay. So like they have more animations. I feel like other mechs might have it depending on what their abilities are, but I was like, it's not a big deal. It doesn't break the game. But yeah, I do like it. I kind of want to take it a little further to see if this is something I want to continue to invest in. If you get it on Steam, you do get FTL for free.
I was gonna say, yeah. Did you ever play FTL?
Never. It just looked like a stress management game.
I have. It is a stress management game.
Yeah, see, that's not...
Everything is on fire.
Yeah, it's just like trying to maintain rooms while dealing with the space pirates and all that stuff. And is there a certain name for the enemies in FTL?
There was different races.
Because in this one, the bugs are known as the Vec. And I don't know if that's related to FTL in any way, if they share the same universe.
It's been a few years since I played FTL at a regular basis. But the nice thing about FTL was, yes, it got crazy fast, but you could pause the game at any point and then make your moves. Mm-hmm. So like that, I mean, you were constantly pressing the space bar to pause the game and do your moves. Like no, you can make it as turn-based as you want to. If you people try to like do it all in real time. I was never that good. Hell, I only beat the game once on easy. I never beat it on normal.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wanted to ask, like, so FTL, one of the things was like exploring the galaxy to try to obtain like ship parts on your way to like the final boss, and going through these sectors. Is there like something between battles, or is it just like you do your battle then on to the next one?
Depending, well, you get to choose whatever you want for like what land you want to go in.
That's similar.
And
to FTL.
Each land has its own rewards. So you either help the energy grid stay up, like the shield grid or whatever, maintain power. Sometimes you have to like protect certain like generators and towers from getting destroyed, and that would be like the mission. Other times you'll get these stars called reputation, and that's your currency to unlock better like weapons and vehicles and all that, and even like other pilots. So apparently if your like mechs like fail or die or whatever, like try not to worry about the character death too much, apparently, because like they might it's kind of like Fire Emblem without the permadeath, where it's like you might die in that match, but you'll be back after it's over. Okay. But the pilot won't be, but your vehicle will be.
You get a new pilot.
You do get new pilots. If you don't have any, then they're AI controlled. I mean, well,
But I mean,
you're still controlling them, but it's just like all you see is it looks like an old school security camera, and it's just like systems on. And
but what about next round? If you lose a pilot this round, next round, do you get a new pilot that then starts piloting?
If you have them, I think there's a way. I don't know how to assign stuff.
Okay.
Because they tell me you get like little power cores too you can find, and you can unlock new abilities and upgrade your stuff. But like I'm still figuring out how to do all that because I don't see like a real like menu option to do all this. So it's like I'm kind of confused on navigating like the UI and stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just missing something or I'm not understanding something. But in the end, yeah, you can assign them with different pilots and all that stuff. Because like I just got a pilot because like a pod came down mid mission. It's like, oh, new thing, protect this time pod. So protected it, got this pilot, and now if you have her assigned, everybody starts off with like 3 shield at the beginning of a match. I was like, all right, that's cool. So there's a lot of stuff like that. But yeah, I only gave it maybe like an hour or two of playing it.
Yeah.
It wasn't a lot, but I liked it for what I played. I think it deserves a try. And this is coming from somebody who doesn't really play these kind of games.
I really want this game on Switch.
That's what I was thinking.
That's what.
And
FTL for me was best played on an iPad. So if you can get something similar to this on a Switch.
I'm reading the FAQ on Subset Games' website. And the question about Into the Breach, what platforms will it be on, states Into the Breach will be initially available on Windows. After release, we intend to bring the game to Mac and Linux as well. As a small studio, we found managing that large of a release for FTL very difficult. So we're going to spread it out more this time. We will consider the possibility of bringing the game to mobile devices and or consoles in the future, but it is not a priority at this time.
I mean, it took quite a while for FTL to get to
iPad. Yeah, I remember
But
that.
like this game looks smaller in scale compared to FTL. I don't know why, because you just have this certain grid. It never changes. It's always that same size. So I feel like it's not a hard thing to run or like process. So I don't know. Maybe it's just
I know
something
you
with
got
the
the
coding.
8x8 grid, but I heard like the environments and stuff in that like are changing and so rich, and there's a lot of mechanics inside of the
That's true.
grid.
There was one where there was air defense helping me out, but the guy warned me that they are amateurs. They're not really like professional at this because they don't have a lot of supply for pilots. So you'll see certain little yellow areas on the grid where it's like, don't go in this area because you will automatically die. So the idea is to like push the other like
Enemy
Vec
into
that. So by the time the turn is done, dead. But
from when you were first describing it, like all the FTL systems are there for the most part. I'm like seeing the outer shell of that game that was FTL in this game. So
I'm willing to give FTL a shot too. I'm kind of curious since they just gave it to me. I'm like, why not?
Yeah.
The nice mechanic about FTL was the exploring the galaxy. Like you had to be careful because same thing. Like you make a mistake in FTL and you don't die, but you can severely fuck yourself for the rest of the run.
Yeah.
But like at the same time as you're exploring, the enemy is chasing you. Okay. So you have to get out of a sector in a certain amount of time. Now, you can stay in the sector and face this incredibly tough opponent at this point of the game, but you're 9 times out of 10 you're probably dying. Actually, probably more than like 95 out of 100 you're probably dying, unless you get some miraculous luck. But yeah, that was the nice thing about FTL was the exploration piece of it. To explore and see some different stuff and try to obtain some new people on your ship or whatever, or to like get to the shops and refuel and do all that stuff because there was a gas element to it as well.
Yeah, because like I was picking certain lands to like save, and then all of a sudden, the 3 that I didn't get to yet automatically was just like, yep, these are destroyed. You can't save them anymore. Your first place that you started, the HQ building, is now under attack. You have to go there. And it's like, oh, okay. I guess they just progress you to go that way. Like you can't save everything, so it's like it's always a matter of what's more important to you. This whole game is just that.
XCOM does that to a degree.
Like the tension is real.
Yeah, XCOM does that to a degree too, with like the continents falling out or abandoning the XCOM program and them losing your funding. So like I see a lot of inspirations from FTL and XCOM and yeah.
It's really neat though. But like
I really
like,
want
that is a game where it's like you will don't look for a enjoyable time
No,
unless you
it's
like
tough.
pressure.
It's tough. Yeah, I just really I'd rather not play it at like I played FTL so much just like on a couch doing whatever.
Yeah.
You don't need to play right away. Just
just
do what you're doing first.
Is that
now, it can
initial
wait.
hype train? But I'm trying to get through Mario Rabbids, and I know if I get this, I'm not gonna touch Mario Rabbids again. So
no.
No, it looks good though. I've been hearing nothing but good buzz about it for the most part, and it definitely seems like if you like FTL, you're probably gonna like this game.
Somebody in the Steam reviews said it is. I already forgot what he said. Advance Wars meets Pacific Rim meets FTL.
Oh, okay.
Perfect.
So.
Okay. I don't know if I agree with the Advance Wars part, but I can see why they would say that.
Yeah. What else you get into?
VR time, boys.
Oh yeah.
Dial in.
Show me the way.
So I bought 2 games. One I couldn't enjoy much longer because my PS4 decided to crap out on me.
Well,
Yeah, man. What the fuck?
It is called Drunken Bar Fight, known as for me Fight My Dad Simulator, and that's all it is. It's really dumb. You just go in. It's almost like a physics-like kind of game where you can just like grab whatever and just use it, and the point is just to get into fights and win.
That sounds like a lot
The
of
people,
fun.
the characters are very silly and dumb looking in like the best ways possible.
is there a Knuckles model?
I mean, they're all just sadly human, but they're like gross looking, and the numbers just keep going up. And like the only rule is that like you can't hit women. And like there might be a woman in there, but if you do, she will try to fight you, and all of a sudden you just fail that level. You have to like start over.
Good.
But like, because like you start off with your fist closed already. So I'm using the move controllers. You don't need triggers to hold in the fists. That's
Alright.
automatic. If you hold in a trigger, you give them the finger.
Nice.
I'm not sure if I calibrated it correctly. So my guy was like bow-legged, like his knees were just bent the whole time. So I'm like white shirt, jeans, and like weird cowboy boots, where like the pants are covering the boots, stuff like your foot. So I'm just like kneeling, going towards everyone, and like I didn't, get to just punching the shit out of them. Like the sounds are cartoony as hell, but everybody is like as light as his water bottle. So like, I went after the biggest dude first. I just grabbed him and just like threw him like nothing, one hand into glass and just shattered. He's like all ragdoll physics and just like there's everything on this bar. There's a jukebox. There's different like types of drinks you can have. You can like pour it out, or you can just throw the bottles.
I'm looking at a video of it now.
So is this single player?
From what I've seen,
Okay.
yes. Like there's no menu. You just go right into
Oh,
it.
okay.
Yeah, and then, like I don't know how long it lasts, but yeah, like I wish I could have played it more because that's a game I wanted to like record and show off. But like, there was one dude I just grabbed by like the back of the head, and I just kept punching him in the face, just repeatedly. Even after he fell down, I was still hit him when he was down.
I like the
So
workout guy in the tank top
Oh,
that
yeah.
says "Get big or die."
So is this? Do you have to use the move controllers for this?
Yes. So
Okay, I
like,
figure, okay.
so like the big button on the move controller.
Yeah.
That's how you move forward.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And then you can use the headset
Headset
to
to
like
dodge.
look around, or you can use the face buttons to like turn quickly.
Oh, you get Roman candles.
Yeah, you get a pull cue, you get a cane, darts, I think.
This guy's lighting fireworks.
This dude's legit lit.
Oh, and that blew people off of the balcony. All right, yeah, I'm sold.
Yeah.
Oh, you're breaking up a wedding in that
Oh my
level.
god.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a
We're looking
different
at the
level.
Steam.
Oh, the levels change.
It is early access, so maybe they're showing like
Okay.
soon to be footage or gameplay.
They have a Catwoman whip
There's a
and
guitar.
a guitar.
Broke it over his
Yeah.
face.
It's hard to maneuver. Like the hitboxes are like all over the place, so it's kind of hard to be accurate with everything that you're using. Because like I tried holding a cane and I just like it hit like a corner of the bar and it broke. I was like, all right,
Dude, this game looks fucking cool.
It looks too good.
yeah, it's a good stress reliever.
Yeah, I can see that.
Just beating the shit out of dumbass looking. It's great. I just kept thinking like these are like Mike Judge characters.
It's like the other side of that bartending game. Me and you watched a VR playthrough of on Giant Bomb.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, it's like the other. Like, what if those two games merged into one? Like, you're bartending, you see a
bartending
fight,
and then you fight.
See, like I have sports bar VR where you can just play pool, skee ball, air hockey, and all that stuff. This is the part that I wanted in that was the fight.
No, fuck that. I want this. I want to beat the shit out of someone with a beer bottle.
VR.
$12.
That's awesome.
Just
$12.
$11.99.
Now, is this early access on PS4? Because it's early access on Steam.
It might be. I'm not sure if it actually said that, but I'm sure whenever the PC version updates, that game will update too. So I don't see why not.
Because I'm only seeing on the PlayStation Store. I'm only seeing footage of the bar, not the.
Maybe they just haven't like updated the page or announced anything for it yet, but
yeah,
I don't see why they wouldn't just leave one hanging in the wind while giving love to another one. But
I'm sure I'll get there eventually.
I just found a VR game I didn't know existed.
Oh, and also I found out that VR chat, you don't need a VR headset to play that. So you could
You
go.
were saying that.
Yeah, you could just use mouse and keyboard and just move around if you wanted.
Show me the way. Yeah.
So from there, I went on to Moss.
Moss, that's that little mouse game.
It is a little mouse.
Is his
game.
name Moss?
That was on the demo disc, right?
Oh, is that why it's
It
called
was.
Moss?
No, her
It's
name.
like Moss.
No, Moss is the name of the land.
Oh, okay.
It's like a take on mouse.
The mouse's name is Quill.
I don't know.
And so like so you start off like in that weird like medieval looking like library, and you open up this book. Turns out you are some sort of like deity like species in the world of Moss.
Or are you a cowboy witch?
Nah, nah. You're like some like Studio Ghibli character from like Spirited Away, and you're called a reader.
All right.
Okay.
And like
Fair.
so like because you're not, there's an orb on the screen, and you're like that orb basically to help out Quill. So like you control Quill with the joystick and everything on the controller, but you can also with the triggers use the orb to like maneuver the level. So like each little like it's all cut off into sections. So it's like Quill's going into little like diorama pieces, and you can look around the diorama and move what you need to move, or like take control of enemies for a bit and use them to your advantage. Just so Quill can traverse through all this land to find her uncle, because Quill found some piece of special glass, and this glass apparently attracts a lot of danger, and apparently like that's how like Quill and I connect. So like if you look in the water, you'll see like this weird like mask with like just a black blob shape, and that's you.
Wait, which Final Fantasy game is this?
Not 13, I can tell you that.
It's a branch off of 9.
Oh.
So yeah, it's weird. I kind of love that because just growing up with like the kind of toys I used to collect, it was more like miniature type stuff. Always loved that kind of thing. Having little like play sets for them to fight in. I love the scenery to have that to go with it. It's kind of reminding me of that. So it's weird to control like two characters at once. That you are yourself, but you're also controlling Quill to like jump and attack.
Yeah.
And she attacks kind of like, it's very simple. So it's kind of like a Link to the Past type deal where it's just you have a little combo, you can jump, and that's basically it. But it's simple, but it's cool. So like you eventually get the sword from like this like fairy race, but they look actually cool. Like they don't look lame. And they give you like this like leaf gauntlet and then like a leaf sword. And like I don't know what's that special about it. I guess it's just stronger than your regular sword. But yeah, it was just a lot of puzzle solving. Enemies were here and there, but it wasn't like the main focus of it.
It's like a puzzle like platformer, I would say, right?
Kind of, yeah.
I mean, that's what kind of what I saw in a demo when you were playing it. Because I saw you playing the demo.
Yeah, just the action platformer puzzle thing. Yeah, it's more puzzle than anything, I feel like. But I love the way to set it up. It's like between chapters, you're going in and out of the book. The way that all the levels are like just in little segments. So like you can just, it's cool to look around and see because they have little secrets. There's like these scrolls that you pick up. And it's like to complete this picture. So I'm always looking around in each area, like, where is that? Where it's like they have it just. Sometimes the scroll is there. It's not fully hidden, but it's just enough where if you just tilt your head for like an inch over or less than an inch, you'll see it sticking out. I'm like, oh.
So
there it is.
Yeah, that's my. Do you feel like VR added to this and it's necessary?
Yeah, I think it definitely adds to the experience. It definitely makes like, I know like immersion is like a word that gets used a lot. for video games, but I think this adds to that because the game acknowledges you as a person.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you do play a role throughout this whole story. Like you and Quill matter together. So it's weird to like have a relationship, like a bond with a character that you're controlling.
I get
But
that.
it's weird because I fought some like there was some like little like gauntlet part, like Devil May Cry, like walls go up and you have to fight enemies, and then you have to defeat the enemies for the walls to go down so you can move on to the next part. This happens in this game where like just waves of bugs will come out and you just have to fight them. These are like mechanized bugs. They're not like realistic looking or anything. In case you're like spiders or something.
Oh no, I'm all into no. I'm all into the breach. Don't worry, I'm good.
Okay. So like that happens, and like I got to like this big wave, and it was tough. It was like, whenever like Quill takes damage, she can only take like 2 or 3 hits, and then she dies.
Ew.
But you can put your orb over her, and for like a few seconds, she'll hover, and you like fully heal her. So like that's pretty neat. I think it's because of the glass in her backpack. It glows blue, and if she's hurt, it glows red. Like it goes like to a darker shade of red. So that's how you can tell that she's getting hurt. So after all that wave was done, she got all happy. She did like a little jump and dance, and like she like put her hand up, and I was like, "What is? Oh, you want a high five? Oh shit!" And like I was leaving her hanging. I thought she was about to put her hand down. So like I took the orb and just like interacted with it. And, and so it did like the little like.
That's
and then a trophy popped out. I was like, yes. There's other trophies where you can scare her or you can annoy her.
Oh wow!
Apparently, I don't know how to do that yet, but it's a short game. It's like not even 5 hours.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. Yeah.
Yeah, because like I played in the morning before work because I woke up like in the middle of the night for some reason, and then I like finished it when I got back, and I was like, "That's it."
Ah.
How much was it?
I think it's a $40 game.
Damn. I don't know.
Does it have replayability?
I think it does if you want to like get all the trophies and you want to like collect all the scrolls or whatever.
Yeah. But worth the experience either way, you think?
Yeah, definitely worth it. It's very charming. It's one of those games that's definitely gonna like, excuse me, it's gonna stick out to me. So if anybody gets VR and you don't know what to play, I'm definitely gonna recommend this. And like, I'm not sure if it's really like spoiler territory, but the way that they ended the game, I think they're gonna work on a sequel. Because it just felt so short. It felt like, I'm not sure how much of a budget they had or how much time they were putting into this, but it seemed like they wanted to do more and they just didn't have the time for it.
Okay.
Because like things were just getting good, like just picking up, and then it was just like,
the Halo 2 Jew.
It's like,
hey, you get that reference now.
I do.
Yeah, it was definitely a Halo 2 because they were like, yeah, this story is far from over. We are just beginning. That's like, they say that.
Damn.
So I'm like, ooh, like I was like, boss 2, ready for it. But yeah, I just wish the game was just a little bit longer for like maybe like an hour or 2 more. I don't know, but like the final boss was cool.
This I just looked at this is their first game, but they've got a big background in big titles.
Oh, do
Were
they?
they
a lot of the different the team members have all come from different.
Were they trying to go for like the same connection, but like at a VR presence as like I don't know their names, but from like The Last Guardian, like Dogbird and Little Boy. I don't know their names.
The dog.
No, that was it. Dogbird and Little Boy. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure if the boy has a name, but the animal is Trico.
Trico, that's it.
I'm not sure if it's to like that level. I think it's weird. Like imagine in Zelda games, you know how there was always like that one like side character that Link always has, whether it's like Navi or Fi or Midna or something like that. You with the VR headset, you kind of feel like that
person,
that side dude, while you're controlling Quill to do all the attacks and stuff. So it's weird how to like, it's a very unique way of using 2 forms of yourself to solve these puzzles.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds like only like VR can do that
so
too,
it's like when you're playing it, you're not really like thinking about it, but that's pretty much what you're doing. It's like Quill has a personality, and she is a character. She has her own like thoughts, but you just control her. So I don't know. It's strange. It's very strange.
I don't know, man.
that's,
That's like no different than like Nathan Drake. Like he's his own character, but you control him shooting the pirates and stuff.
But
like
the
that.
thing is that Nathan Drake isn't aware that you are
in
that world.
That's the difference. And that's what I'm saying. Like VR, I think, does pay off in this.
So
in
it's
this
like in a
regard
way
for
I high
character
five to myself. Like
There's nothing wrong with that.
I mean like out of like
dab when I play Splatoon, so what's the difference?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, it's like out of the game I high five myself, but in the game I high five to Quill.
I'd rather
she put her hand up first, and then I interacted with it. But if it wasn't for me helping her out, then showing it. I don't know.
I'd rather you high five yourself than be a Knuckles in VR chat going around, show me the way, or maybe not. I don't know which one's better actually.
they have their
Joe
own.
dabbing
They each their
again.
own thing. It's hard to compare. But yeah, Moss is definitely charming.
Better than Borderlands.
It's
Dude, Borderlands is
can't.
fucking dope, dude.
That's like
We're getting there.
That's
you
like
see?
me asking, is Dota better than Rainbow Six Siege?
I don't
See,
know. Nah,
you can't-
no, Rainbow Six all the way. That game's fucking
I can't.
go.
They're just too different. But yeah, I think it's if somebody just wants like a casual, like very basic Zelda-like experience, and they really like enjoy the puzzles
right on.
with their action. This
That's
is
cool.
definitely a way to go. Very digestible. That's been my week.
PlayStation VR exclusive, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Is it timed or
No.
very
it's-
exclusive?
From what I've seen, it's just PlayStation.
Cool.
Yep.
No doubt.
We got a couple more things to chat about from Ben, and I got a couple more to throw at, but we're going to take a quick break. Before we do that, we'll be right back. Ben,
Yay.
did you get a mouse for that computer yet?
I
Oh,
did.
shit.
It's
Oh,
It
shit.
didn't come in the mail yet, though, man.
Ah,
Dude,
man.
I started up the computer, and it was like CMOS battery failed. I'm like, there it is. My dreams are crushed.
Gone forever.
Never gone. Then it just said, press any key to continue, and I was like,
Yeah.
Where's
Blaze
the-
it.
Did you find the?
smash that space bar button.
Did you
And
find
I
the
saw
any
the
key?
glorious Windows 95.
95.
No, really?
Yes.
Windows 95, and I was like, Lord, I'm here. And I was like, but if there's a password prompt, I'm going to punch the monitor. No password.
Perfect.
Right into it.
What's that chart?
No one gave a shit about security in 95.
No.
What's
not
the?
at all.
Is there like a chime with Windows 95?
Yeah.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
I gotta hear it.
And they also
Speaking
have, like-
about blazing it, how about your computer? You're like your
Oh,
actual
yeah,
one.
Yeah.
So
the
last
wire
time you
guy-
were on, I think you were talking about your fan not spinning.
Yeah, there's that one too.
The heck is this?
Yeah, it's the startup theme, dude.
I don't remember
That means the
at
future is now,
all.
man.
I don't remember that at all. What's this one? Come on.
That was when
That
you shut
what?
it down.
Yeah.
That was when you shut
Alright,
it down.
I quit. Fuck this.
But yeah, I got the mouse coming. But yeah, that one, yeah, because I was going behind my computer to unplug the Ethernet cable. My knee just bumped into it, and same thing again, clicking. But I was in the other room, and I heard it from like because I was in the living room with Faith, and she's like, "What's that clicking noise?"
Oh shit.
Slammed my beer down. I was like, "I know exactly what that fucking noise is." So like, I opened it up, and yeah, same thing. I showed you guys a picture.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
that
yeah.
little fucking cable. So
That's
I've
what
been-
scares me about boom boom PC, man.
Woo!
That's the part that scares me. This one fucking
I think
wrong
that's
cable.
well. I think that's why those PCs have like that clear wall to it now, so you can see like what's
Yeah,
wrong.
I know exactly because I just looked through it, but I
I
figured
just see fire. Oh shit.
I figured it was because the way my video card was plugged into the motherboard, it was like forcing that wire to go towards the fan.
Oh, you ran the cable through the fan.
Yeah.
See, that's where you.
Yeah, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, that fan needs to spin. It's not just for show,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You can't.
See,
I know
so-
it's probably got some cool neon lights on it, but it needs to spin.
Go
You know?
It do though. But I did reroute it, and then I even used electrical tape. So hopefully, no more
not
fucking
gonna-
cable getting in my fan ever
Oof.
again.
Till the tape slips off and tape
Yeah,
goes in the fan,
Christ.
and then
Christ.
So you know how much heat your computer generates, right?
too much.
That tape is probably not gonna hold.
Yeah, it's probably the way I have it routed now. The tape doesn't really need to be there, so I just put it there. It's like self assurance.
Need some like those like Velcro zip ties.
Yeah.
What you need.
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, because some of my cables already have that, like that. The shit that cops use now to handcuff people.
Yeah.
That's what they use, right?
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cops was on earlier. Come on, so you watch Cops?
Yeah, I watch Cops.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
I remember when that's what G4 was turning into.
Yeah, it was just
I remember when-
Cops 4.
There was nothing wrong with G4 turning into that, in my opinion.
I remember skipping school and staying home to watch Cops all day. Those are the days.
But yeah, I have that computer mouse coming, and since then I've just been on eBay. Windows 95 game. Just scrolling.
You gotta get the
Just scrolling.
Goosebumps point and click game.
I have it.
Escape from Treasureland or
Yeah,
whatever.
I didn't have that one. I have the one when you're in the circus, I think, or the haunted.
The haunted like
It's like the museum.
amusement park.
If you don't get a Pajama Sam game or Pajama Sam,
I could
Pajama
get
Sam,
those, but those are on Steam. So it's like if I really wanted to, I just get them on Steam. You know,
Gotta get the Simpsons 3D town or whatever.
that
whatever.
popped up. That did pop up. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go to that flea market. see
Escape
if-
from Horrorland.
Is that the one I had? Yeah, that's the one I had.
That's the one I had.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
one's fucking
I
cool.
got that at Goodwill when I was looking at old computer games way
Good
back.
old GW.
Yeah, good old GW.
Be sure to download Bonsai Buddy.
Bonsai. What is that? Wasn't that on Genesis?
No,
Was it?
it's a malware.
Oh,
The gorilla.
I
you
saw.
can
Yeah,
type it
lazy
up.
game reviews. I saw he did a bit on that. Yeah, it's
just an app.
It's interesting. Yeah, but
Oh, right, Jeff Goldblum's in that game.
in what?
Holy shit.
In Escape from Horrorland, yeah.
Oh snaps! Damn.
And directed by Lawrence Guterman, who went on to direct Cats and Dogs and Son of the Mask. Classic.
Oscars.
Son of the Mask. Not the Mask.
Not the Mask.
Son of
Not
the
Son
Mask.
of the Mask.
Cats and Dogs. The main dog was Tobey Maguire.
All right, then.
So,
Whip.
but yeah, Mouse is coming. It should be here Thursday. I'm gonna start firing up some old computer games I got.
I'm real excited.
I'm mega excited.
Now playing's gonna be
I-
weird next
It's
week.
showing me who was in that game as well, and I fell in a little rabbit hole here, and it's like, oh, this guy, an American actor, voice actor, musical performer, magician, singer, and a former Crayola spokesperson.
Who?
The former Crayola spokesperson.
X out. That's what.
What else did you get into this week?
So actually, in our time, video games, Street Fighter V, I've come to the conclusion: fighting games. I'm not playing DBZ. I can't play DBZ anymore. Stop. Can't. Not buying Marvel. Marvel's dope. Can't play Tekken. I'm just Street Fighter and Soul Calibur. That's it. I can't keep playing these fucking fighting games and studying all these combos because I don't play the other game and I'm like,
And you don't know what to do anymore.
I'm like, yeah, I'm just like jelly fingers. I'm like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
I can't stop. I'm done.
What
All
about
right.
that? What
Yeah.
about the SNK Gal fighter one?
dude.
3 games. But yeah, Street Fighter, I'm just doing ranked, doing all the combos and all that. It's fun. I mean, I think that's going to be my main fighting game, like my main game. Soul Calibur is going to be, this game's dope, but Street Fighter, I don't know, I just love playing Street Fighter. I'm really going to try by the end of the year to get, because there's 3 levels of bronze. There's bronze, super bronze, and like ultra bronze.
Known as silver and gold in other places.
Yeah. So my goal,
is there a silver and gold, or is it just...
there's like platinum or
Oh,
diamond
okay, I
or
thought-
some shit. Yeah.
You said, nah, we just really like bronze.
No, it's bronze, dude. No.
That's all I
So
could afford.
my goal by the end of the year is to get to ultra bronze. That's just my goal.
All right.
I figured if I set a goal, then that kind of makes me like
Work
want to
towards
play
it.
it. Yeah, work towards it. And especially with like Summer Jam coming up. Me and Aqua were even talking about go to Evo next year, not this year. So that'd be dope. That'd be dope. Yeah, Street Fighter's, just been playing that. Fallout, I'm on the last DLC. I just started it. I'm like level 43. Just gonna finish the DLC, do what I do, and then just stop playing it because that game is just too much.
You're
I love
over it
playing
now?
No, I love playing it, but it's preventing me from playing other games. You know what I mean? That's a game you really got to invest some fucking time into.
Yeah.
And I don't got that time, man. I got all these games coming out.
It's got all these 95 games.
I
know.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I got to sneak in some time.
Escape from Horrorland. Attack of the Ghoul.
Like, I'm trying to, clear my palate for, new games. He's trying to go back in time. Like, I don't blame him.
That's what I'm saying, dog.
We're always going back in time.
Always. I was playing that, and then I purposely didn't tell anybody I was playing this, but a couple weeks ago, fired up the old Wii U. Ooh. Bought a game called Mega Man X.
Oh, here we go.
Shit.
For some reason why I always thought the Super Nintendo Mega Mans. There's a bunch of them, right?
There is a classic Mega Man one there.
Yeah.
There's I believe
6 and
7.
Or is it?
It's 7 and Mega Man and Base.
Well,
Yeah,
just
you're
all
right.
of them in general. I just assumed
And
those
soccer.
were easier than the Nintendo, like the old school NES ones.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wrong.
Nah.
Dude, Mega Man X is fucking hard, dude. I mean, there's like the one level with the boomerang, dude. That was a breeze.
Yeah.
I mean, some of them are hard, like the underwater. I want to say hydrosity, but please.
Yeah, there is a weird kind of order to go with it.
I googled Mega Man X boss order.
Yeah.
That was the first thing I
Chill
did.
Penguin first. Yeah.
So right now I'm on the Chameleon, dude.
Okay.
That one's pretty hard, but that game is. I want to bring Mega Man X up because whenever I'm playing it, I'm not playing it on TV.
Okay.
I'm playing it in the
Handheld?
fucking the handheld.
How far away are you from that Wii U console, though?
Oh, I'm like
You're right
just-
there,
I'm
because you
on the
can't
sofa.
leave it. I can tell you that.
Because Faith, she's watching her fucking. She watched that dumb like Big Bang.
The Sheldon Classic.
Yeah, it's a fucking. So she's watching that.
Bazinga, you know?
Oh my god! Yeah, funny.
Ben's triggered. Careful.
I'm like,
Careful.
okay, the way I am with like Big Bang, that's how I get it. I get what you mean with Borderlands now.
I almost made the same
It's
exact
like,
comparison.
Claptrap, dude!
I almost made the same exact comparison to that TV show. I just didn't want to name that TV show earlier during our conversation, which is why I stopped. So I'm glad it came full circle.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like, so I'm playing it then, and I'm thinking, I'm like, man, I'm really liking the idea of having a console in my hands on the sofa as I'm sitting
Oh, man,
down.
it's great.
It's great.
When it works.
If
The Wii
only-
U.
So, all right, go play in the living room.
I'm thinking, if only there was this other console that Nintendo made that's out right now that all of my friends have except for me that just celebrated its 1 year anniversary. Oh man, I don't know. Maybe I should get it. So I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna see how much I'm gonna get from Uncle Sam on tax returns, and then
And then,
Might have to pick
then
up
you
the
play
old-
Mega Man X on the Switch because
Oh, I'm
of the virtual
still-
console.
Hey, it is
Oh.
coming.
It is coming though. They are releasing X games.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they got the collection.
okay.
You got the collection.
So is it gonna be virtual console or is
Well,
it gonna
Hell
be like,
no.
It's gonna be Switch console.
So Mega Man Legacy 1 and 2, which is the NES games, they are coming in collection formats. The X games were not announced as a collection, but they will be released on that system.
Okay.
Like the Neo Geo games have been getting
Probably
released.
like that,
Bingo.
like a periodic thing.
Okay.
Ain't no virtual console.
So it's
though.
not virtual console though.
Mm-mm.
All right.
Not officially.
Guess the Wii U is gonna stay plugged in.
Yeah, for now. But also, speaking of which, just PSA, the Wii shop. If you want to go back to the old virtual console through your Wii U, the cutoff for purchasing points
Oh,
to
yeah.
apply to that wallet is at the end of this month. So do your shopping now.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, you'll still be able to buy any games and use any points that you have active in that wallet up through January of 2019, but you will not be able to add money to that wallet past the end of this month. So I'm going to go get Castlevania The Adventure Rebirth and
There he
probably
is.
Contra Rebirth.
There he is.
Because that's the only two places you can play. Or it's the only one place you can play those two games.
There's also
Oh, really?
There's also a Bomberman on there.
Yeah, there's a couple things that you just locked on there that you will never play anywhere else unless you pirate it or something.
All right. So what? Okay, that's what it is. Once the Switch gets some kind of virtual console, I think that's when I'm gonna cash in on it.
I mean, you've also got a birthday in like a week, so you could just, hey, happy birthday to yourself. And then
I could.
Or we're gonna be waiting forever because I'm not convinced that there's gonna be a virtual console.
Oh, it's
Yeah, that. Like, I don't know that that's gonna happen. They might end up doing what they've been doing with the Neo Geo stuff and just start dumping titles on the store.
Yeah. I really hope there's a virtual console. I mean,
I do
I
too,
hope
but
so,
honestly, you've got enough on that thing already. Just in the way of like obviously the big Nintendo stuff, but I think also a lot of the indie support and stuff. Well, we got more on Switch later. We'll talk you into buying a Switch
Into the
here.
breach. Give it to me.
but yeah, Mega Man X, man, that game is fucking wild.
So about how far are you?
On the I don't know what boss number it is, but I'm pretty far. Like I said, I'm on the chameleon dude. Like I just got to like this morning I was playing it, and then when we were talking about podcast, I was like as I was playing Mega Man as I was doing that. So, I'll tell you the one thing though I think that really makes that game amazing is that dash button, and then if you press it with jump at the same time, you do like that
and the wall climbing with it.
Yeah,
it adds a whole new layer.
It's like Mega Man on drugs.
Yeah, that's power tools of some kind.
Yeah, good old. But anyway, but yeah, it really does add more to it, and I mean it's to the point now when I forget what button just normal jump is, because usually I just press them both at the same time.
Even if you don't hit the button to dash, you can just double tap forward.
Yeah, but that fucks me up sometimes. Because
I never do it.
Like sometimes I'll stutter moving, and then I'll just dash. I'm like, no, I didn't. No, stop.
And from that point on, future Mega Man X games, that's just a function you start with automatic. You'll need armor to do the dash. They just give you the dash.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never played X either. I should. Like,
wasn't that the game like you said you're gonna play and finish this year?
Yeah, it was the one where he plays that.
You're gonna play Bloodborne.
Yeah.
I never really said it out loud, but I think I said it to you. I wanted to play through EarthBound. That's happening. What's yours?
Borderlands.
Dude, claptrap.
I'm dancing.
Bazinga.
Oh, Mad Moxie? Is that the girl? The female? That every person cosplays as?
I remember Tiny Tina. I don't know. What should it be?
What's the game you should play?
Yeah, what's the one
I
never
haven't started.
did?
I didn't know if you had anything. Not to put you in the spot.
No.
I never did Super Mario World all the way through until last year, but I rectified that. Still have to finish Final Fantasy VI. I tried Metal Gear. I don't think that's going to happen.
Which Metal Gear?
The first one.
First one.
You know, like the first? That's like the only good one.
No.
I don't have an opinion because I haven't played it. Survive's the best one. Duh.
Fuck!
Well, hold on. The Metroid Prime stuff, that was kind of... I was running through those. And I did Halo.
I did do
Little Halo.
Yeah. All of Halo.
Actually, I do need to switch now. I need to play Prime 4.
Yeah, dude.
I think that's going to be my next virtual console.
You got time on that one.
Prime Hunters.
Take a deep breath.
That's not a 2018 release. That's not a 2018 release.
Prime Hunters or Prime Trilogy?
I meant to say trilogy.
All right.
But Hunters just sounds dope.
By the way, I got that. I redeemed that coupon through the rewards for my Nintendo, so I can get Metroid Prime Federation Force at a discount. When you're all ready to dive in.
I'm not gonna lie. After that podcast episode, I do get GameStop.com. just take a little look around the corner.
Little
peek. Still there?
It's just a husk.
Yeah. I'm glad you're busting out the Wii U. I've been wanting a reason to jump back in there.
I know it makes me a hipster. Like, oh, did you guys ever do the Wii U? I know the Switch is out. I get it, but like, I love the Wii U.
I don't know. I
love the fuck out of the Wii U.
I feel like I enjoy Nintendo Land a lot more than I probably should.
No, Nintendo Land's great.
I didn't fuck with Nintendo Land.
Looking back on Switch this week, because it hit its 1 year. Looking back through that,
I think Matt's done.
I know. Talking about the stuff on Wii U that like didn't get an audience because it was just on the Wii U and nobody bought the Wii U. Thinking then about like what needs to come to Switch, because we already saw it with a few things. Hopefully we'll see it again with Smash, but there's a couple games that like you should come across, like Captain Toad. That needs to be on Switch.
I'm okay with it. I didn't like that.
I enjoyed it.
Really?
It wasn't like,
I like the music.
Yeah, music was good, but like 3D World as well.
I was gonna say I like Mario 3D World.
Yeah.
I still need to complete that. I'm like on and off. Like every month, like I'll just hop in, do a couple levels, and then
it was good. Look,
see you again next time.
New Super Mario Brothers U.
Nah, I don't like that series.
I could do one.
I'm on the same page. I don't know.
I don't know the way that they design those worlds.
I don't like the aesthetic.
The music.
I hate the music aesthetic.
Sucks.
I hate the music.
That,
but
I know that's
the level design's really good.
Level design might be good, but when you have a tutorial section in that game that tells you how to be a pro,
I know.
It's like, these
different
games,
audience though, dude. Different
The
audience.
new series is definitely hardcore, but I don't know, just something about that aesthetic. I just can't.
I don't know. And when
Single player maybe, multiplayer no, it ain't happening.
Oh, multiplayer sucks.
Well, when I want to play 2D Mario, I just hop back and play Mario World
I know.
or something. You know what I mean?
But it's nice having a new one that I haven't
No, that makes
completed,
sense.
you know. Did you get into anything else?
Like I said, there was like a ton of games I played since I just wasn't here. But
Yeah.
I pointed out the ones that were kind of the ones I wanted to talk about. Next time we all have a dope hangout sesh, eat food, drink a couple beers, crawl.
Yeah.
We need
Marc's been talking about
to
that one for
play
years.
crawl.
All right.
Because we love Satan.
Yes, that's correct.
Did you ever like look into crawl?
Nah.
Because when I was at my friend's house, like you want to play crawl. I'm like, I never fucking heard this game, but sure. Started it up, dude. It's pentagrams, demons, ghosts, goblins everywhere.
All right.
It's all about rituals and Satan and dope. We need to play it. Yeah.
It's like one person takes control of a hero. You're dungeon crawling, fighting demons, and your other 3 friends are the demons trying to kill you.
Yeah.
Once they kill you, they
I knew
take
the
over.
concept. I just never like looked at it.
Like when you start the game, it's kind of like Mortal Kombat. It just says like fight, and then whoever just battles, and you all just kill each other, and the last one standing is the one that runs around.
Someone just opened their robe and giant squid arms came flying out.
Because you learn like there's on each dungeon floor there's like a shop where you can buy spells and weapons, but you can't spend too long in the shop because the ghosts are going around collecting like currency and stuff. It's dude, is it on Switch?
Yeah.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That means I have an entry ticket.
That's all right. It's definitely the couch. Not even co-op, but just couch.
But we could
party
also like all bring the monitors and TVs and buy Borderlands and run through the campaign together.
Definitely.
Can you play that game alone?
I'm pretty sure you can, but there's bots. But from what I heard, like the
appeal is couch co-op.
is you need to play it with people.
I mean,
that's what you get for close. Oh, it came one.
I just wanted to know, like, if I bought it right now, would I have something to do with it? You know?
I would wait. Do it when you. And don't just do it when there's like one other person. You need like a full house. Like you
Friday
and like 3 other
night
people.
pizza
Like an
party.
FNWP.
Yeah.
That's definitely an FNWP game. It is so much fucking fun, dude.
We need to get you in Rainbow Six. You said after Winter Brawl.
That's what I'm saying. I need to play it. I do.
So I was about to shoot you a message the other night. You were playing Street Fighter, and I was going to type. I thought you were done with this shit now.
Are you done with this pussy ass shit?
No, I want to, and you've been playing Splatoon, and we're getting really into it, and I just want you to, you might not like Rainbow Six, but I want you to, like, now that you're...
Get a little taste.
Because, you have easier access to it than you think.
How much is Crawl on Switch?
I think it's the same everywhere, $15.
Yeah, that's not bad.
And then Operation Outbreak starts soon, very soon. So
what's that alien one, right?
Yeah, I know Mark was interested in that. We were talking about that a week ago. Good stuff.
But yeah, next FNWP Crawl needs to be
all right. I'll get
in the game, in the situation.
I will get it for sure.
Agreed.
Outside of Splatoon, only thing I really spent any significant time with was Bayonetta, which I almost didn't. Like I kind of fell off of it a little bit just because it's so fucking brutally hard. But then I was like, all right, what am I doing wrong? Sadly, earlier today I hit another wall where I'm like, I don't know what the fuck to do. But these are the notes I wrote as it happened. I paused the game and I wrote this down, and I'm gonna read this to you because this is what happened at the end of a chapter. A statue of a baby angel pisses gasoline from his statue dick, and Bayonetta shoots him in the dick, and a giant monster statue man explodes. Next chapter. That was how one chapter ended. Like, Bayonetta says something quippy, Lollipop looks over, a statue just starts peeing gasoline, she shoots him in the dick, huge explosion, and then it cuts to the save screen. I'm like,
now,
okay.
This is Bayonetta 2?
One. The very first one.
How many Bayonettas are there?
Two.
It's about to be a 3.
And these are both Sega?
Yes.
Published?
Yeah, so, well, no. The first one was
Rewind.
Sega published. Second one was co-published with Nintendo.
Okay. Well, yeah, because it's exclusive to Wii U.
To Wii U and Switch.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Well, Switch, yeah. That's what I meant.
But Bayonetta on everything. Well, not everything. But it was on
Just
PS3,
about, yeah.
360, then Wii U, Switch, and,
Everything
and
at the
PC.
Can I ask a dumb question?
Please.
When I first saw Bayonetta, I'm not gonna make fun of it, but I said this is not a game for me.
I did the same thing because I remember friends that were playing it, and I was just like, "Oh, that seems a little like it just wasn't it." Aesthetic didn't really.
I think it was more. Yeah, it wasn't the fact that you were who you were playing as. It was just it looked just like a generic action game.
Yeah, I had
You know
that
what I mean?
same. Yes.
So am I wrong for still assuming that it's just an action game? Because I don't even know what the fuck
I mean,
is.
it is an action game. If you played a Devil May Cry, you've probably played
Yeah.
this.
That's what I assumed. It was like Devil May Cry, except you're a girl with gun heels.
Yeah.
But there's some mechanics to the gun heels and the
Yeah.
guns in general.
Yeah. The mechanics are different. The story's different.
Like I didn't touch it again this week, but it's not. Once again, it's not because like I don't want to play the game. It's just I've been playing other stuff and I want to get through some other stuff. But yeah, I mean, we both have it. I mean, if you really want to try it out, at least play through the prologue on one of our Switches and see how you like it. Because I have a feeling like the prologue is like the base of everything. So if you're not liking it, then I don't see you liking
Combat
it.
does not change at all. I mean,
Okay.
this is a platinum game, just like Nier. Like you don't really, nothing changes much.
Yeah.
All right. I was just curious.
It's a game that I would play through just to see what's different in 2.
Okay.
Because that's the only thing that would keep me going. Because if 2 is very similar and like there hasn't they didn't add more to make it more enriched, and it's like I don't care about the series.
I mean, I'm curious about the story now that I'm in. Like, there's a little girl running around. There's a guy named Cheshire. There's demons and angels and
Statue pissing gasoline.
statue pissing gasoline
I know,
and
that
blood.
kind of got my attention.
Here's the dope part. I'm glad you mentioned Sega. The developers paid some significant homage to Sega. We talked before, and everyone kind of knows when it came to Wii U, they added all those cool costumes, like Samus costume and whatever. I'm playing, there's a stage where you're driving a motorcycle down a highway. And the highway is, of course, Route 666. And I hear this music, and I'm like, that's fucking Afterburner, dude. And I'm like, am I wrong about this? And I look it up. I'm like, no, I'm right. Okay, yeah, this is straight up Afterburner. And I was like, that's fucking cool. Then, the level I just got, or I'm in the middle of now, I'm on like chapter 14, I think, something like that. It's almost at the end. The chapter I'm on, your Bayonetta climbs on top of some fucking rocket or plane, and the camera pans around behind it. And she's like, now it's time to enter my fantasy zone. And I was like, fantasy zone? Ain't that a Sega game?
Oh.
And then it spins around and it's a behind the back shooter, just like
Shout out.
just like Space Harrier. And as you're playing,
Fantasy Zone too.
and then you hear the fucking Afterburner music like playing in it. Like they did all these weird little.
Oh, that's wild,
Dude.
man.
It's fucking
wild.
cool.
All right.
Like little homage like that, where like you're straight up playing it, and like the enemies are coming at you differently, and you have to play it. Really
How come
cool.
we didn't get her in Sega All Stars? And then we got Danica Patrick.
That's what I'm saying, dude. If they don't do that, if they don't do,
Wait, is that real?
Yeah, that's a real.
Yeah, Danica Patrick's in Sega All Stars Racing Transformed.
all right, you're playing that goddamn game before you leave today. I'm telling you.
Danica Patrick?
Dude.
Why is Danica Patrick in it?
Who knows? But no,
Why
that's
not?
that's what really upsets me about that rumor that Sonic game, the
Yeah.
new one isn't only Sonic characters, because I really want Bayonetta in everything now. But yeah, that game, dude. I'm fighting someone that I figured I'd have to fight, and it's hard as fuck. I've already fought that person a few times. Hard as fuck every time along the way. Now this one, I'm just like, what the fuck?
It's like that little sister in BioShock 2. They just don't go away.
But at least the little sister in BioShock 2, you're like, all right,
Or is it
I
the big
understand.
sister?
Or it's just
That
like,
must
Big
be-
sister, big
Yeah, I
sister.
misspoke.
or it's
Yeah.
just like Claptrap, man. He just.
Fuck.
I'm loving this new get. Joey Borderlands, dude.
Don't like it. Don't like it. Yeah, but I don't know, man. I got. Is there a tutorial mode or like a practice in that game?
I think there is.
God, because that was
Yeah,
the
the
thing.
loading
Like,
screens.
yeah, but sadly,
maybe it is
sadly,
that.
the game is too optimized for Switch because the loading screens you can barely get a combo in before you're already in the game.
Oh, son of a
That was the
bitch.
benefit of the
Man.
old one. Is the old one? I know.
How upsetting that would have been.
No, I know.
I could be mistaken, but when you're buying stuff, is there something there where you can like
There is,
trying
but-
out a weapon and that's
but-
like
But only like to try out that particular thing, and then
Oh.
I mean, I guess you can kind of hang there for a while. But it doesn't. I don't know.
there might be an option somewhere in there.
Yeah, I haven't looked too hard for it, but I feel like I'm not good enough at the game, even though I'm at the late stages of it. Because I've relied way too much on like recovery items and stuff like that. I don't know, but it's still fun, man. I'm gonna beat that before next week, and then all right, mouth, and then depending on the outcome of that, I may or may not jump right into 2. I mean, if you got more babies pissing gasoline, I might jump right in. but-
Sign me
Could
up.
be like multiple babies pissing gasoline.
Maybe
at the same
that could be
time.
that could be the climax of the whole thing. But yeah, there's all these weird like I mostly have been playing it handheld with the volume kind of low, like as we watch TV. And then this morning, I think at some point during the week, I was playing it while Katie was away, and I was on the phone with her. She's like, "What are you playing?" I was like, "Bayonetta." She's like, "What the fuck's Bayonetta?" I was like, "I've been playing it for like a week." And I was like, "You're like a witch lady, and she's got hair for clothes, and she's naked all the time, and likes to fuck." And she's like, "What the fuck? When?" And then today I had it on the fucking TV, and she's like, "Oh, okay, I get it now." And like the boss fight I'm in, there's that person gets naked too, and also has hair. And
Oh, wait, is there actual like?
no,
No.
it's everything but it's everything but what you're looking for. But it doesn't leave much left to the
All right.
imagination.
All right,
Um,
it's alright to spark up a little imagination in there.
yeah, and like there's all this weird like sexual innuendo and stuff.
Dude, play the prologue.
As
Like
witches
you'll
do.
just get a taste of the entire game in the prologue.
This was originally on PS3, right?
PS3, 360. Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Mhm.
that's what I was. Okay,
Yeah.
So
The
you have to
first
keep that
scene-
in mind.
yeah.
The first scene, she's a nun that rips off her clothes and summons demons.
Yeah. It's. I mean, it's.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a game full of witches and nightmares and demons and blood and
Joe Pesci.
Joe Pesci. Also, I haven't seen him in a while, but
Oh no.
but yeah, good game.
Great performance though.
Top notch, yeah. His best yet. Speaking of Switch, we're going to talk a little bit about Switch later on, but really quickly, I want to run through a few news stories. Really, we're going to just kind of hit the headlines here and keep it running, unless we want to dive in particular to anything. But first news of the week, we're going to kind of, actually, yeah, a nice little bookend on news here. PlayStation Plus, your games for March have been revealed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Quite a doozy
Yeah.
on both ends.
In the wake of fucking Knack and what did we
Whoa.
get that one time? Kung Fu Panda not too long ago. You get Bloodborne and Ratchet and Clank, which, come on, right? Pretty dope.
God's game.
As well
Ratchet and
as
Clank.
Ratchet and Clank.
as well as Mighty Number 9.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
So you know PlayStation Plus gives 2 PS4 games, 2 PS3, and 2 for Vita. The 2 on PS3 are Legend of K and Mighty Number 9, but Mighty Number 9's cross-buy with PS4. For Vita, you get Claire, Extended Cut, and Bombing Busters. Claire, I remember that game. I do not remember Bombing Busters.
Every time I see the thumbnail art for Claire, I think it's
Catherine.
yes.
Me too.
But then you look for it closer, I'm like, oh.
Is that what I think?
No.
Yeah.
But it's actually it's more like Lone Survivor.
yeah.
Dude, Lone Survivor's fucking dude.
Yeah.
Now, you might find it weird that we're talking about PlayStation Plus games because we don't ever do that. But there's something else that came alongside this announcement of
Oh yeah.
everybody getting the freecheese.com Game of the Year 2015
No,
Bloodborne
it's wrong.
for free.
It's wrong.
Next March will
Fallout
be
4.
the very last time you will receive free games for your Vita or your PS3. So the rest of this year and the first few months of the next, still get a couple PS3 and Vita games each month, but they will be phased out. Anything you'd previously downloaded, you obviously will have access to in perpetuity as long as you're a PlayStation Plus member. However, they are going away.
Is anything like replacing that, or is it just
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah, they haven't said.
They didn't say, but I have
Wouldn't
a feeling.
Wouldn't mind a free VR game.
Yeah, I have a feeling.
I could see VR being a thing.
They have done it, but that just took up one of the slots for like one of those games.
I don't know. I don't know what else I would want out of PlayStation Plus. Like, I mean, maybe packaging.
I like a movie or something. I don't know.
Packaging a PlayStation Now subscription. Xbox has Game Pass out there.
Yeah.
Like, acting as a really good. I wouldn't even say a competitor to PlayStation Now because I don't even think about PlayStation Now. I used it one time to see if it was good, and I played an Adventure Time game on it for like $3, and I rented it for a few hours. That was it, and I didn't need to do anything else. Game Pass, conversely, I'm leaving my Game Pass, active because this month I get Sea of Thieves, and I get a bunch of other shit that I already forgot. But I saw all the stuff come into Game Pass this month, and I was like, oh, shit. All right, yeah. Can't delete that yet. So I don't know. If they could package in PlayStation Now and then at the same time make PlayStation Now something that I'd actually give a shit about.
Or throw in a PS2 or PS3 game. Oh.
Wait, who would want those? I don't.
Why would you ever want that?
Why would anyone ever want that? Why would anyone want to
BC's stupid.
play a game? Why would anyone?
It's our fuck Jim Ryan moment of the podcast.
Yeah. Fuck Jim Ryan of my life. Sad news. The Bartlett Jones Supernatural Detective Agency shuts down. That is not a video game. That is a development studio, game company, headed by David Jaffe, who you may remember from Twisted Metal and God of War fame.
What did they make?
They made a single game called Drawn to Death.
I remember reading about this headline.
Yeah. Which Drawn to Death really didn't. Yeah.
I wasn't feeling
It
it.
was there. It came and went.
Yeah.
Didn't it get like real bad?
It's a nice concept. Like, it looked cool.
It did, but
It was like
it was just missing something.
It was like the attitude of it was just
a lot of the
too
humor and
much.
stuff was a little like, all right.
That's where they were trying too hard. They're like, yeah, fuck.
It was a little bit like that. It was a little. I don't know. But I guess in the wake of that game's. Well, it really wasn't that. As a matter of fact, a couple weeks prior, David Jaffe had tweeted about a game they had in development being canceled, and that a lot of the studio was laid off. So they were working on something else. And in the wake of it being canceled, they then now, a few weeks after, closed the studio.
Maybe something new will come out of this.
Well, maybe something old will come out of it, because if you'd like, you can go for free and get a bunch of stuff. They're going to do an auction to people who want things, but it's like a raffle. But they're giving away free shit. And by free, like, he's got a fucking VGA statue from Spike TV's Video Game Awards. He's got a God of War statue, Drawn to Death backpacks. And they have a lot of shit that they're kind of...
I mean, if they're giving away a Cintiq, I'll...
Free wrap.
Sure.
Oh, it's today. So unless you can get out to Santa Monica right now, or if you're listening to this yesterday, there's a lot of pop figures. There's a lot of twisted metal, but there's a lot of like weird shit that like behind the scenes. Like he's got, I think, original pressings of like Twisted Metal 2, Mickey Mania.
Mickey Mania.
Yeah, Jaffe was the director on that game.
Was he really?
Mm-hmm.
I remember playing that.
Played that on the Sega CD.
Oof.
Oh man,
Super Nintendo.
You and you alone. I don't know, man. I hope he lands. I mean, I'm sure.
I think
don't know.
he'll be fine.
I
It's
don't
the
know why.
others around him that
But like,
help you land on their feet.
He's got the name.
I don't know why I used to get him and Ed Boon confused.
They're both big names of that era. You know what I mean? Like,
But I would like, it'd be cool to see them two do something together.
And they're both sarcastic fucks to the extent, aren't they?
yeah, that's true.
I won't be at E3. Pulls
Drive
up.
out of the fucking. To keep along with our rapid fire, Blizzard Entertainment posted a little video the other day. Y'all see this video?
Yes, I did.
It is a demon
No, I have not.
Let me turn it around to you. It's a demon nightlight plugged into.
That's Diablo.
Yeah. Plugged into the wall, and it's being switched off with the tag Sweet Dreams. So I think Blizzard might be teasing Diablo for Switch. I hope Blizzard is teasing Diablo 2 for Switch, because I think that'd be fucking dope. Like, yeah, I know Diablo 3 is the thing.
Did you
Yeah, you're not getting Diablo 2.
I know.
Did you see their statement on it?
Nah.
That's what I'm looking up right now.
Yeah, they were like, it was like a sentence. They were like, yeah, we're not that smart, or something like that, to like announce something like this or whatever. And somebody was just like, so basically, you're denying the rumor of like Diablo coming to Switch with a video of Diablo with a Switch. I don't know, like I'm paraphrasing poorly, but it was. I think they were just trying to like write it off as like, look, that's not what you think it is, but it totally is. I don't know. I don't know what that means.
I found it. We can assure you we're not that clever.
Yeah.
It was meant to be a fun community engagement piece. We have nothing to announce.
Yeah.
Is it that, or
Blizzard is definitely clever.
Or did they yell at somebody for posting something too preemptively?
Could be that.
I don't know.
I mean, are you just saying that you're selling nightlights? Is that what that is?
Yeah, I mean, where's that at? Can I have it? Word of God.
Hold on.
Yeah.
To rewind that, they were the people that did a little Hearthstone thing with Mario, and Hearthstone's still nowhere to be found or announced or anything like that.
Yeah, that's fair.
So.
That's fair.
So.
Word of God. Jason Schreier has a new post about video games. I'm just going to read the headline. After the loot box fury, the people behind the next Battlefield are being very cautious. One person close to the next Battlefield told Kotaku, by way of Jason Schreier, no one's going to do any pay-to-win stuff anymore. We didn't take any of the loot box controversy lightly. There's a lot of reports, starting with VentureBeat, said the next Battlefield is a World War II game. US Gamer reported that it will include cosmetic-only loot boxes, as 2016's Battlefield 1 did. So I don't know.
Sounds fine.
Yeah, I think in the wake of it all,
That's
right?
how it should be.
Yeah. In the wake of how Battlefront 2 turned out, I think they need to be pretty careful with how they do that, right?
Yeah, because now there's that rumor that Disney's looking for someone else to do the Star Wars games.
I mean, that would
It's a rumor,
again?
Though. It's a rumor, though, so I would take it lightly. But it's not a good rumor to have.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I just hope I know they I kind of unofficially but officially announced the new Battlefield game, and it was going to be at E3. They're in the same place that Battlefield 4 was to Battlefield 3, where Battlefield 3 kind of brought them back, and Battlefield 4 launched terribly, if anyone remembers that.
Yeah.
And then with their back against the wall, they came with Battlefield 1 and the hype. That I just hope that
Hardline.
I forget about that game.
Technically not them. Not DICE, though.
Yeah, I never
Hardline,
did play it.
Hardline, if you remember, was Visceral.
Hey!
Yeah.
Oh. But yeah, I just hope we don't get a repeat of the Battlefield 4 thing where like they feel like they got momentum and they can just shit out some buggy, shitty game. I just hope that doesn't happen. Because I like the Battlefield games. I think they're a lot more.
Oh yeah.
I think they're a lot better and more immersive than the Call of Duty games.
In an era where patches are constant, I'm not sure if anybody can promise you that.
Well, but like Battlefield 4 was a shit show from the start, and it was never really fixed until January. But like Battlefield 1 launched fine. Of course, they all had their patches and stuff like that. But like I was able to play Battlefield 1 without my console crashing.
So 4 was just unplayable.
4 was borderline unplayable. I mean, even on the PS3, I could probably still launch that game, and it still crashes my PS3 after an hour.
Damn.
And that game launched terribly.
Yeah, I can't see them doing that again.
I hope not, but they're in a similar position at that point. So I just hope for the best. That's all. As a Battlefield fan.
So I've become a big fan of being able to just say to my phone,
The magic
play.
words.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say the magic word and make my phone light
Something
up.
with Siri.
That would be it. But I say something like that, and then I say, play my personal radio station. And it delighted me when Siri said, okay, here's some Ghost. And it's just, yes. It starts playing Ghost. So I was listening to a lot of Ghost recently. If you're not familiar with Ghost, it's fucking dope.
Yes.
It's a great movie.
Well. But as I'm listening to Ghost and I'm like digging in, I was like, man, this really makes me want to play Bloodborne again. Like, I just want to get back in there. And then, as it turns out, everyone's getting it for free this month, which is already going to boost the community. And on top of that, the Bloodborne community is attempting to boost the community. Starting March 10th, the Return to Yharnam community event is set to start. Trying to bring back in some bell ringers.
That's like an annual thing they do. They do that with
Yeah.
Dark Souls as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember because I just came off this game
So it's
last
not like
year and they were doing this.
So it's not like a bunch of trolls. It's like people just straight up helping.
No. Like,
Yeah,
no,
no.
this is, I have to say, this is one of the greatest communities I think I've ever seen in video games. Like, everyone is so helpful, and every time, like, especially on the Reddit page, everyone is new. Everyone's just like, oh, enjoy the hunt. Ring the bell if you need help. Like, everyone's just super nice and super supportive, which is unfucking believable.
Yeah, I know.
The cooperative part is really, really cool. I mean, that's how I got through some of the most frustrating, aggravating parts of that game.
I never did it.
Yeah, I never did it
It feels
either.
really good.
I never did it either.
But this will also obviously lend itself to you'll be able to dive into some of that PvP too if you really want to
Oh, yeah.
get dirty. So test your might. Mortal Kombat.
My man.
Yeah.
I'll meet you at Mikolaj's Nightmare.
And that is it.
I have a question.
Yes.
Usually, PlayStation Plus games allude to something coming out soon, or a possible like sequel announcement or something like that.
It's already talked about on the Bloodborne subreddit.
So, what
You
does
think?
this mean? Is this a hype train to the Dark Souls remaster, or are we trying to get people in the game for Bloodborne 2? Keep in mind that we still have that teaser out there that we still don't know what the fuck happened.
Knack was free last month. Knack 2 came out in September.
Okay. Knack 3 maybe.
I'm just saying, it's
Well,
not
people are
always
saying it's
indicative.
also there's a lot of focus on Bloodborne in general because you have the new like manga coming out or something,
That's
a
true.
new comic series.
I'm not trying to be a naysayer. I'm
Yeah.
just I'm wearing the goddamn Lucas shirt.
Yeah, you
I've had
are. Yes, you are.
years of waiting for the thing
You
that I
are.
want under me to know not to get my hopes up for anything. But hey, hopefully E3 this year,
I'm just saying.
Bloodborne
I have
2.
a feeling this year is going to be Mother 3, E3, well, Nintendo Direct. 'cause
I
Nintendo
agree.
doesn't- Yeah, I have a feeling this is it.
Maybe I'll be more excited.
Region
I'm actually more excited now.
If they
for-
fucking announce that, I will legit leave during E3, run to Target,
pre-order.
and buy a Switch.
Buy 2 Switches.
Oh, it's by the Switch, yeah.
Buy two?
Yeah.
Why have to buy two?
I can't wait to
A
yell.
Switch in every hand.
I can't wait to yell. I've been waiting for this
Oh,
my
yeah,
whole
you're
life.
right. You're right.
Yes.
Huh?
So I can't wait to yell like after I complete EarthBound. Like, oh my god, I was waiting for this my whole life.
Just take a marker and write region free.
Yeah, we're
Means mother. Speaking of Switch, it's been 1 year of Switch, and before we say goodbye today, I'd like to look back on it. I'm going to throw this out to the crowd. Just think for a moment, because I'm springing this on you now. Think about your best moment with Switch. Think about your lowest moment with Switch. What was the part that you were like, God damn it, Switch? And what was the part where you were like, dude, this thing is fucking dope?
Oh man, Zelda shares the same anniversary.
While you think on that, I would like to talk about the first year of first-party exclusives. Because we look back on it and we're like, damn, dude, Nintendo hit it. They had a
Hard.
game every month. But I did not realize how many games were out in the same amount of time in the first year of the Wii. But I think that's also something interesting to think about, considering the fact that this has already outpaced the sales of the Wii. So in the last
Wii
year,
or Wii U?
Wii.
It's already outsold the Wii U.
It's outsold Wii U's lifetime. It's outpaced the Wii's first year.
Really?
Sales-wise.
Damn.
Correct. So in 1 year for the Switch, we had 1-2-Switch, Snipper Clips, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, ARMS, Splatoon 2, Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle, Fire Emblem Warriors, Super Mario Odyssey, Xenoblade 2, and Kirby Star Allies is coming out in just a few weeks here. That's not including like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Right? Like that was, not a brand new title for Switch, but something, whatever. That's 10 games. 11 if you count Mario Kart 8. The first year of Wii, from a first-party effort, Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, Wii Sports, Excite Truck, Battalion Wars 2, WarioWare Smooth Moves, Mario Strikers Charged, Super Paper Mario, Matt's favorite Mario Party 8, Donkey Kong Barrel Blast, Big Brain Academy, Metroid Prime 3 Corruption, Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn, Super Mario Galaxy, Wii Play, and Link's Crossbow Training. All of those occurred within the first year. It's 15 versus Switch's 11. With that...
Quality more than quantity.
Well, I mean,
Right,
looking at
there's
that
some
list, though, I mean,
quality
that's
there.
all...
Super Mario Galaxy.
Yeah.
Link's
Crossbow
Academy.
You have to remember when that came out
WarioWare
with...
launched with that
No,
peripheral.
WarioWare's the best Wii game.
It launched with the peripheral, though, and it wasn't something you bought. It came with the peripheral.
Right.
Yeah, but you also have to think Switch had Zelda and Mario come out.
And so did that one.
This one?
Twilight Princess.
Was that the first?
They had Twilight
Well,
Princess and
Wait, Mario
Galaxy.
Odyssey or Galaxy was the first year when it came out?
That was in the first
Really?
year. Yeah.
It was like June of that following year.
Really?
Because Galaxy was around the time I bought, or actually I didn't buy it. It was like me and my sister kind of decided we should get a Wii.
Dang.
Super Mario Galaxy. Oh, I'm wrong. Sorry. It was November 12th. So it was on the year anniversary of the Wii.
Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, because they...
But within that year, with the Switch, they were 6 months apart. But I don't know. It's a pretty impressive thing. I mean, you compare that to the Wii U. I don't think there were 15 titles across its entire lifespan that were
Nintendo games. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of shovelware games.
No, there were a lot of first party stuff on Wii U, but just not.
The third party never came to play. Like
it was not within. Like there were probably maybe just that many more within the first few years, but I don't know.
Damn.
But you're right. This one also combines the whole third party piece of it too, where Switch has had third parties. Switch has fucking Doom on it.
And I think that's what you said about best and worst moment. I think that's my best moment. It's just maybe it's not like one. I guess for Rocket League. Rocket League's like the moment for me. Yeah. But just seeing the overall like third party support, like I don't think any of us expected to watch that direct and see fucking Doom.
No,
yeah.
God,
I would have told you guys you're wrong because it
then,
can only run good on computer and a PS4
right,
or an
right.
Xbox. You know what I mean?
And like on top of that, like Wolfenstein 2 is still being ported.
Yeah,
that hasn't come
around
out
the
yet.
corner, yeah.
Like that's just crazy to think about the amount of third party support. And you got all the 2K stuff. Like the actual games themselves didn't maybe pan out the way 2K wanted to, but
they did them.
But they're on the Switch. You can find them there.
Yeah.
Just the amount of third party it's crazy. And like it's not like they're there, but then like you just see Zelda, Mario, and all them in the top 5 of top 10 most sold. Like Rocket League's floating around the top all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Especially when there's a sale, and like the eShop is alive with the third party stuff as well, which is super cool to see.
What's your low point?
Anything online related.
Yeah.
I'm just tired of hearing about what if could be this. You're gonna charge me $10, whatever. You're gonna charge me for something. Then I look at Splatoon, and I feel like Splatoon needs some real polishing on some of the stuff.
And anytime we get, like, within weeks of it, like, being the potential, we're like, oh, cool, it's coming soon. Yeah, this is when they say, oh, never mind, it's delayed again.
And then, like, with that, like, I think that with the online stuff, and this might be a round table thing, but the virtual console, like...
Yeah,
you know,
I agree.
Like, I think just as a whole, like, what are you doing with the online? What's with the delays? What's your plan? Besides just making us spend $30 a year or whatever it is for us to be able to play Splatoon together.
Yeah.
Right. Because that's really all I'm doing right now.
I mean, yeah, we're playing for free.
Yeah.
I'm going to pay the fucking $30.
So they're going to make it so you have to have that $30 membership.
will,
It
yeah.
seems like it
Yeah.
from what they've been saying, but I mean, nothing's been officially announced yet, I guess. So.
I mean, it was kind of coming.
I mean, what you said in the investor report, like there are things they're doing to make you want to pay.
They said that they'll
$40.
make it. They're going to incentivize it in a way. It should be like it's not that much. It's only like 23 or something. I mean,
whatever. I don't know.
They never spelled out the full year in U.S. dollars, but they spelled it out in yen, and that translated to roughly like 23.
Well, even after then, they'll still adjust it.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
exact-
it'll probably be like $25 a year.
Yeah.
Which
But
is not,
but it's not going to be
That's
like the
not bad.
60 that Xbox Live or
Right.
Plus is for the year. So I
Right.
mean, that's something there. But I mean, I think that says something as well. But
I mean, that's the whole argument of its own too, because I came to the point when I was like, I'm not buying Gold or PS Plus ever again. It's like $60 for
Dude.
games that come out that I'll never play.
my my plus last week was gonna hit, and I was like, I'm gonna wait, and I killed it before it renewed. I mean, it's only been a week, but there were a couple times on my Vita where I turned on my Vita and I was like, oh, I'm gonna play. Oh fuck, that was a plus
Oh yeah,
game.
because you need Plus to have the if you want to play those games.
Yeah, there were certain
Yeah.
games where I was like, ah, shit. But then I was like, all right, I'll just go play my Switch. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't missing anything. And I think, like, right now, the only thing I'd want to actually play online on PS4 is Let It Die. And I don't believe that requires a Plus subscription.
Doesn't.
I don't think so.
I think it's just
I think
free
you're
to
free.
play.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Because Destiny, I'm kind of like, yeah. You know? There's nothing drawing me into that game. I bailed hard on FF14. Like, are you going back to that at all?
I just
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Same. We never talked about it. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't miss it yet. And
I mean,
they
all
gotta-
it takes is one release though. Like I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Like I really haven't turned on my PS4. It's kind of like my Netflix machine at the moment,
yeah.
more than anything. But once that late,
Mine's in the box.
Man.
When I moved, I just put it
See,
in the box.
like for
and
you,
that's it.
you've got those things that you're gonna come back to. For me, I don't have that stuff that I'm ever like actively playing online. I guess Bloodborne, that might be the one where I'm like, oh fuck. But I can also just play that offline. I don't need.
I didn't do
You don't need
Bloodborne
that.
online at all. Like I just did single player, and it's still my favorite game of all time.
Yeah, but if we were jumping in like co-op.
Yeah, but like the online part is like the messages that are on the ground.
Oh, yeah.
And stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't have that experience.
Yeah.
Of like you're about to walk in the fog. It's like beware, no shit.
Right. No, I think that's a collective low light, right? Unless you guys got anything else that was kind of like.
Well, I mean, since if you guys still want to think about it, because I still don't own a Switch, as we always talk about. I would say I don't have a high or low moment, obviously, because I don't own the console. But when I played Breath of the Wild on portable mode, I was like, this is not selling to me. It's not. I was like, it looks like shit to me. I was like, it looks and runs like shit in portable mode. Then again, this was the day after it came out.
Yeah.
My coworker brought it in, so I'm sure they,
It's been optimized better.
Yeah.
It has
seen
been
that game.
optimized. I think the better thing is not so much like, oh, I'm playing it in portable mode. It's when you're on the TV and then you're like, all right, dog's got to go out. Pick
Time
it up
to
and
shit.
walk
Yeah.
upstairs. Yeah, whatever it is, right? And you're just like, well, let me go.
That's why. So my high moment was when we played. It was right before one of the podcasts we were recording. It was when Odyssey just came out, and I was playing that on the big screen mode, and I was like, all right, this is different. I'm digging.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, hopefully I actually do buy a Switch this year, and then I don't know, Virtual Console, other three.
I think the highlight, the most recent example I have is the one I talked about when I was on the bus back from New York, and I just slid a Joy-Con off and handed it to Katie, and we played Mario Kart. Like, that alone right there was just like, ugh, that's everything.
That's cool.
But I think generally, like, the whole fact that that console from concept to reality has just stayed consistent. Like, when NX was first announced and we were, like, theorizing, what's it going to be? What could it be? What should it be? What will it be? They swallowed both, handheld and home development teams into one roof. What does that mean for the future of Nintendo? What's going to happen? Then you had the Eurogamer leaks that were like, hey, it's a screen with two controllers on the sides that slide off, and they just spelled everything
Yeah.
out, and we were like, nah, that's too good to be true. Fuck you, Eurogamer. And then they're like, hey, October 20th, you guys want to watch this trailer? And then I cried, and I was like, whoa, look at that. And like everything about the thing, and like having that, like 1 year later, I've played more on that thing than I have on anything else, probably.
Safe to say Wii U. Maybe.
Huh?
Maybe it's safe to say more than the Wii U. Maybe.
I don't know, man. I put a lot of time into that Wii U.
Yeah.
Pikmin 3 was my jam.
Mario Maker.
Yeah, Mario Maker.
Oh yeah.
Marc, highlight?
Just like for the Switch itself.
Yeah.
It's versatility, honestly. I think it's really neat that there's multiple ways to play a game. I think that was like the biggest selling point for me, because I'm all about that kind of stuff. I mean, yeah, I share like the same like some like low points with everyone, but I don't know if this is just more like a personal thing or not. But like, there's something about it overall that it doesn't reel me in. Whenever I do play a game on it, it's like, all right, and I just never want to finish anything. Like I had to like push myself to finish Mario, and it's like they're fine games, but like I don't know, just something. Maybe it's just because like the way my life is when it's like moving stuff around, where it's like I'm always unhooking shit to go out to like other people's houses, and I just can't put it in a dock and put it into the TV, and then I'm just playing. It's either like I'm too lazy to set it all back up, so I play handheld, or I just finally just get out of the way and set it up the dock, and then never try to unhook it ever again.
So, I've had the same experience with the handheld mode, where I played it, I think in the last year, primarily in handheld mode.
I just feel like it changes the game's experience. Overall,
it does. Like,
I don't prefer smaller screen.
No, I don't either. I do it out of like, look, I don't want to hold myself off in the basement and say, bye. So I just have it in my hand and go. But there is that, like, Splatoon, the whole week Katie was gone, I moved the dock from the basement up to the because the dogs, as you can hear, like the living room a lot better. So I moved the dock up there and just had it on the TV. And, dude, like, totally different experience playing with a Pro Controller on a big TV than in handheld.
But when it comes to multiplayer stuff, I think that's where it shines the most for me, and this adds in with the versatility. So it's like when 1-2 Switch came out, like, went over like my friend's place, and we all just played every game on that. Yeah. For like a good hour or two, like that. Like it's a simple as game, but it was fun. Or like like I played Snipper Clips with my mom for like 1 or 2 levels. Yeah. She didn't know what she was doing, but like that was cool. I like or like I went over to another friend's house and I brought that because that had Jackbox 3 on it and he didn't have it. So like that's an easy setup. Yeah. And I like just had it right there, and so like it's cool to like have those situations where it becomes really accessible to carry that around, then like your whole PS4 and get a backpack that's big enough to hold it, and then your controllers and wires and settle up. It's just no, here's just this. I'll use my friend's HDMI cord instead, so I won't like bring everything. Yeah. So, no,
the other day my brother bought a deep fryer, and I was off work. He had a rain day from work, and he was like, "Dude, come over, we're making wings." And I was like, can't say no to that. And I took my Switch over and we made fucking French fries and deep fried wings, and then plugged in the Switch and played a bunch of Bomberman.
Sounds
like,
awesome.
This is fucking
like the games on it are cool, but I haven't had one to like really grab me yet. I
think that's the problem with me.
It just wants me to keep going back and keep playing it. I haven't had that real moment yet. Like I've had it here and there. I think Sonic Mania was the last one to really do that, because I played that most recently at Katsucon. I actually decided to get further in the game. I was like, all right,
oh, nice.
But that's not the Switch's fault, I feel like. But at the same time, it does have a library, but it just like a lot of it just feels like
it didn't click to you yet.
It's either like phone ports or games that have been out already, and it's like I want to see more new stuff, I guess.
I don't disagree with that. Yeah. There's, I don't know.
It's definitely a lot of potential. I think it's a good first year for it. I'm more excited. I'm more excited to see what happens by like year 3.
Well, before we get to year 3, we got year 2. What do we want to see from year 2 of Switch?
Does it really need to be said?
I mean, yeah, the obvious. Mother 3 is coming out this year. We know that. Confirmed. Here you go. Reggie called me today. He said, "Hey,
yo, Joey,
you guys can talk about this." There you go. But yeah, I don't. What do you expect? What do you want? What do you hope? What do you wish?
Man,
I hope.
I'm not even sure at this point.
I hope to continue to see that third-party support. So, like, I have a feeling that when Switch came out, Nintendo approached a lot of third parties. Like, all right, guys, like, let's sign some contracts. Yeah. Let's get some games on this. I just hope that like after the first year, it's not like, all right, we did our contract. see you later, or going back to PS4.
Yeah,
or
I hope
whatever.
it's not, because that was the Wii U. The Wii U
Yeah.
was like, y'all want Mass Effect 3 and Batman? And then it was like, cool, fuck off.
Yeah, all right, we did our
Yeah.
contracts.
Yeah, see
We're,
ya.
we'll see you later.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mass Effect 3, yeah.
Yeah,
It's probably a safe bet though.
Yeah, but like I hope to see Bethesda keep bringing in reports and stuff like that. Like,
but I also want to see things that are hitting either first or simultaneously.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Like Crossing Souls or Iconoclast, like those type of indie games, like I was expecting to be like same day as PS4 and PC.
Well, a
and
lot of Switch games have done that, which I've seen in the last year. Like a lot of
Yeah.
them are like hitting Switch first. Like it's not out yet, but Hollow Knight, they're not focusing on any other platform. Like they did their PC launch, they did Mac and Linux. The first console they're coming to is Switch. And I saw a lot of them last year where they would do Switch first and then like, oh yeah, we'll come to PS4 later, like as an afterthought, which is weird but cool. But no, I hope that like.
But like we didn't mention in the news, but like Bethesda announced that they're doing an E3 press conference this week, or their Sunday night thing that they usually do. Like there's a lot of rumors that the Bethesda Game Studios, their next big one it's coming. They're gonna announce it. And like, how cool would it be if it was like Elder Scrolls 6, Xbox One, or whatever, PS4, PC, and
Switch,
Nintendo Switch.
I mean, that'd be cool, but if it's Elder Scrolls
happens.
they've used the same fucking engine for 14 years, so
but still like a brand new who cares about the engine or whatever that means.
I just mean like, how do you get a game? If you're logistics aside,
like,
you're right. That would be the cool part. I want that.
I'm kind of the other way. I don't care so much for the ports or the third-party support. Like when I buy a Switch, I want Nintendo.
That's how I've always been with all of Nintendo stuff. Like I didn't care about that on Wii U, and that was my first thing. I was like, I don't give a shit. I got all the Nintendo. But now, had I not bought Doom when I bought Doom, and Doom's now on Switch, even though it looks way better, even though it plays way better on PS4 or PC, if I had to buy one right now, I would really almost probably maybe buy the Switch version. Because I'm like,
okay,
it's exactly what we talked about. I can sit on the couch and play that game.
I think it depends on the game too, because the controller.
Because
there's some games I'd rather just use a mouse and keyboard.
True.
Some games I'd rather.
But that's saying you have the PC necessary to do that. Like not everyone has the PC necessary to do that. Like I borderline have something to get me through on low quality. You, Joe, have like nothing really. Like
shit ain't running nothing. But no, that's my point. Is like even Doom on PS4, I've wanted to replay it, but I'm almost like I'm not gonna download it. I'm just gonna buy it on Switch, just because I could. It would. I don't know. So now I'm like appreciating the third party support, and now like certain games, there's something like Let It Die. I was playing that recently. I was like, man, I wish this was on Switch. Yeah. Like there's a lot of things like that where I'm like, I wish this was on Switch.
Yeah, like we all want more for the Switch.
Like I'm seriously thinking about buying Dark Souls. Like I'm buying that remaster.
No, yeah.
Like, I think I'm gonna do it on Switch.
I'm buying that
as
on Switch,
long as it like looks comparatively okay.
I'm
to
saying
the rest
Dark Souls on the go.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I can hop in.
So, like, I think it'd be cool to have more games where we utilize local play more. Besides like just Splatoon or whatever. I mean you're playing online together. We don't really do local play with that. But like Mario Kart that we were doing for a bit.
Yeah.
I guess Crawl. Well, that's all one screen, right?
Yeah.
Crawl's on one screen.
Yeah, like it'd be cool to have more games where we just have like our own Switch, but we're all playing the same game together.
I mean, Payday's out there. I mean, some of those games are out there. It's just maybe they're not our cup of tea.
Yeah. But like once we find that one.
But yeah, I mean, cool. Also think like some the big publishers probably got to develop on this early. Now that this thing's out in the wild, now like the indie developers are developing. You give them 2 or 3 years to make some cool ass shit with like
Joy-Con and
with the Joy-Con vibration. What's it? HD Rumble and some weird Joy-Con like co-op like stuff like that. Like give them another year, and then we're talking I know we're talking year 2, but year 3 that is going to be that weird year where we get some weird probably experimental stuff.
Yeah, like if F-Zero, that'd be perfect.
Like I'm convinced
cool.
I'm convinced that's in the wheelhouse.
You think F-Zero's coming?
Make your own car and then y'all just race
I
each
think
other.
that's a year 2.
Let's close out on what we think first party is going to look like for.
Okay. Well, what do we know already?
2.
We know Mario Tennis.
We know Mario Tennis. We
Metroid.
know
Metroid 4.
We don't know Metroid's coming this year. We know Metroid's
It's in the-
Are
development.
we saying
this
coming
year.
out this year
I'm
or just
saying
announced?
Year 2.
before March 3rd, 2019.
What are we gonna have before March? Okay.
What's in the cooker?
All right.
Like what?
We know we've got Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze.
Funky mode.
Yeah, that's it. Are we talking about ports? Or are we just talking? Cause
No,
that's
no, no.
just a
Like,
port.
well, yeah, but
But it's coming from Nintendo.
first party stuff. We know we got Boom, Boom. We've got that Fire Emblem game's meant to come out this year.
Yeah.
Whatever they're working on. Yoshi and Kirby. Kirby's out in like a week, 2 weeks.
Did you say Mario Party?
Fire Emblem Heroes came out,
No.
right?
Heroes is the mobile game. You're talking about
Sorry.
Warriors.
Yeah.
That came out in October, yeah.
Okay.
But there's that actual Fire Emblem Fire
Yeah,
Emblem
yeah.
game from Intelligent Systems.
Is it safe to say there's a Mario Party in the works?
You'd have to assume.
That
I
kinda
mean,
makes
the
sense,
Joy-Cons, I think you can pull it off easily.
I think
I'm
we
gonna-
get a Mario Party this
I'm
year.
gonna be ballsy
That's
and
what I'm
say
saying.
Pokemon.
You think Pokemon's out this year?
They've had time.
To be fair, I think if Pokemon's not out this calendar year, it is definitely out before this year of Switch is over.
Yeah, like if it then
Even if it's a February release, then
like
it's
January or
still,
February. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be before that March. I feel
Yeah,
like.
I agree. The localization of that started already. Judging by timelines that match up, and it seems likely.
Yeah.
Did we get any weird Zelda thing?
I can see them trying to milk Breath of the Wild for half this year, and then maybe announce something, but I don't think we'd get it this year.
I don't think you announce anything
Nope.
until
Unless
you
it's
got
like a Four
babies
Swords
ready.
esque type
I'm
thing.
saying you
that
get
would
like
be
a
cool.
like a throwback top down kind of thing.
Dude,
Make
if it's something Four Sword Adventures, sign me up. Like that's if it's Triforce Heroes, I'm gonna contemplate a lot of things.
Do you think Pikmin?
No, because they just made the DS one, right?
But
They
you always
did,
go
but
back to what you say, like Pikmin's done. Isn't
Yeah.
that what you keep saying?
yeah, Miyamoto had that quote. Pikmin
Hmm.
4 is nearing completion.
Oh, okay.
I can see that. Yeah.
He said that like back in 2015.
I would hope for Animal Crossing, but
Dude, I think Animal Crossing is coming.
I don't know. The
I'm-
mobile game is doing pretty well.
I'm convinced Smash is the game to come out
Ah,
day and date
yeah.
with online.
Forgot
Because
about
you
that.
need something.
That's what's gonna sell the online service.
Correct. You need something, and I have a feeling that is causing delay and not the online infrastructure.
That makes too much sense.
I still keep picturing
Yeah, I agree.
Shovel Knight as a playable character for that.
And we should probably just have a whole Smash podcast, but no, I think we get a Mario Party. Retro has to be doing something.
I saw a video. Did you put? You were the one that posted that video?
Yeah.
They're not spending 4 years putting Funky Kong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's not happening. We got that Mario Tennis game on the way.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah,
we're not. They're pretty good at not
That's fine. I'd rather
keep it a surprise.
I'd rather it be
Yeah.
announced and it come out like 3 months later. I don't need the whole 2-year hype cycle.
Yeah, I don't
I'm done with that.
What's the other big one? Like,
You know what? I would like to see more like. Sorry, I know we're like looking for releases, but just to tie that to other thing real quick. More apps. for
what are you
Switch.
looking for?
Like drawing apps, useless stuff, whatever.
It still needs like Netflix and shit, right? It doesn't have
It's got
Netflix.
Hulu, not Netflix
Yeah.
nor YouTube.
That's weird.
Maybe yeah. I mean, obviously, like an internet browser if they wanted. Just,
But
you know what I mean? Just stuff like
I think
that.
I would like YouTube on it. That's but like I don't.
Analytics. Maybe.
I want deep threaded
Yeah.
play history.
Mm-hmm.
I'm tired. Like they already talked about the fact that the one thing's happening where like it's
Like different themes, clocks.
Seems to be good,
That's
but
what I'm saying. Just dumb widgets.
if you
stuff.
open the Wii U, you can
Yeah.
look at day by day what your play was for that day, how many hours of how many games, down to the minute of what you played and when you played it. I want that back.
Yeah.
It's stupid, but I
Like,
just love
honestly,
that play history.
I could see Wii Fit being there's like a Switch version of Wii Fit that would be an app on the Switch where you don't buy a game. It's just like a software thing because it's the whole on the go thing. It could
Yeah.
like
And you use the Joy-Cons. Like it's too easy.
I'm curious to see what happens with
it could be a
like,
counter for how many reps you're doing, and at times you want to switch positions to do a different type of like.
It would
I
be
don't know.
weird if they did not return to that market. Like
Yeah.
Labo is totally pulling back in that child market Like, they needed to grab us last year, and they did, right?
Yeah.
This year, they need to get kids, which it seems like they're doing with Labo, with Kirby and Yoshi being kind of their tent poles. Well, maybe not tent poles, but like they're kind of, those are getting out there. I think Pokemon is going to hit, and that'll be another one to kind of grab kids. But then, yeah, I mean, that whole other part of the big blue ocean they started back with the DS and the Wii. Start strapping these things to your legs.
But like that's
working out.
But I feel like I could see them announcing something like this too this year, like along that caliber.
That's it. Yeah,
whether it's like through a game that utilizes that function or something. But yeah, like I can like similar to Labo.
I agree. I don't know. I just want more.
No matter what, I have a feeling it's going to be yet another strong year for the Switch. I don't think the way everything's going, it looks like they're still going like full guns blazing.
As soon as they get that Dark Souls money, just watch what doors open.
Yeah.
I'm just curious when the next Direct is. I thought I would have put money on like a 1-year anniversary Direct.
So the 1 year
in January.
The 1 year anniversary landed on a Saturday. So that doesn't mean that sometime before we record our next episode we have a Direct.
At least the announcement of a Direct.
To be honest, they still need to get Kirby out there.
Oh yeah.
Like that game's out 2 weeks, or less than. They got to do something to push some press on that. They need to detail what the Nintendo rewards are for My Nintendo.
That's going to be in the next Switch, I think. I mean the next Direct.
But I don't know if you need a Direct for just that, but that's something you could add into that. Because they said they're going to do that in early March for My Nintendo. And I will tell you, since Thursday, I've been opening up mynintendo.com four times a day. Like, just random parts. I'm like, oh, I haven't checked in a while. Let me, speaking of which.
Yeah, I just redeemed my Splatoon for coins. I didn't do that.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah, no, still nothing. So, there's some stuff they could talk about. I don't know. Maybe like that online service. That'd be cool. All right, cool. Nintendo Switch. Maybe next week we'll have a Smash Most Wanted. Maybe. Well, that was a short episode. 2.5 hours. Not too bad. If you want more of these episodes, they're all on the internet. You can find them at thefreecheese.com, where all of our stuff goes. A little light on content lately. Nothing but podcasts. But you know what? I'm okay with that. I've been playing a lot of games. I've been enjoying this first quarter of the year.
It is a podcast too, though. So
I know. But the magazine side of things kind of fell behind. The publication of it all.
We got a lot to play, man. There's a lot of shit to play.
It's true, yeah. How are we going to get through the second half of the year talking about stuff?
I mean, you got to go back and play some shit from 95,
That's true.
Got a time machine, fellas.
Best old game. It's going to be the Ben Bears category this year.
Yes.
Yes.
You can follow us on Twitter. The Free Cheese is at Some Free Cheese. Ben is at SevBenz. Marc is at Aug_Mental. Matt is at MattyIce131. I am at The Free Cheese. Podcast at thefreecheese.com is an email address. You can send emails, nudes, pizza coupons, whatever you're feeling in the mood for. That's it. Any final words?
Nah, I ain't got shit.
Cool.
Borderlands.
Claptrap, dog. Claptrap, dude.
Right, I'm gonna go eat dinner. Bye.